It's finally here.
So, we set off for the royal capital in the decisive battle of our lives. I am a little disappointed. I had just begun to grow accustomed to the cold. Cannot say the same. Regardless, we've done all that we can here. Let us depart with our heads held high, yes? Nura seemed thrilled about arriving by sky instead of teleportation magic. All it takes is a day to get there from here. We'll have them city folk shaking in their boots. Let's meet at the runner once we've polished off breakfast. Right. Alrighty.
At last, only a day remains.
Whatever Luis throws at us, this is where we end it.
Between him and the criers, he's certainly made a production of this. You don't suppose it's a trap?
Nah, he just loves a battle that'll make history. That's the bastard through and through.
Indeed. The man's in first place right now. Not much he stands to gain from subterfuge. But I'll admit, I have my own suspicions.
What? Losing your nerve, old fella? Me? I'm ready to lay the bastard out. I owe him at least one solid whack in the face from Ardell.
You can start with one for Del. Give him 100 for yourself. If he becomes king, the kingdom is finished. Maybe even destroyed from the sounds of it.
Rella said as much too. About the country being overrun with hordes of humans. That might be his real aim. Though I can't for the life of me think why Luis would want that. I thought he'd made his name as this grand human slayer.
At the very least, we know that Luis will not wield the king's magic to save this land.
We have our own future we're dreaming of. For Maria and Fabienne. For Grius and Rella. We've got to win this. For everyone's sakes.
Okay, cool.
This place here.
Can't go anywhere else.
You would pursue peril.
Our course is set for the capital. The final confrontation with Luis. Is everyone prepared? Let me think about that.
Great. Let's move out.
The stage is set for the decisive battle to take place in Grand Trad. And so the Gauntlet Runner takes to the sky. He does not return within the hush of teleportation magic as a mere wanderer, but with the fanfare required of one who would claim to be prince. He is a boy no more.
He's a boy no more.
He stands now on equal footing with Luis, and his triumphant descent over the capital will finally make that known.
Finally.
Whether or not his gambit is only a means to an end.
Sick.
Your Highness.
It's His Royal Highness, the Prince. We've been waiting for you. Go and teach that damn Luis a lesson.
Finally. This is better than any of the fables. I'm putting all my money on Luis to win.
Sounds like they're more excited about the spectacle than about the prince being alive. Still, suppose it makes sense.
But by the faces in the sky and upon the rock, we are squarely set in second place. Even with the gap between us and Luis, the prince has faithful supporters.
Though 'tis not truly His Highness's face wrought in stone, but our captain's. After all this time, I cannot help but feel conflicted.
Luis spares nothing for an old woman like me. Saint Rella spoke truth. We need the help of His Royal Highness the Prince.
He's the boy with a saint's blessing. He's got to be genuine. If the Sanctus Church's power is waning, should I take His Highness's side over Luis?
Even after her confession, they still keep her words close. I suppose no amount of past sins could make them forget her genuine kindness. Seems strange to say, but we owe her a great deal. Without her, the people would never have calmed. much less placed their trust in us. We can't let them down.
But looking around the city, some of the fervor seems beyond reason.
Your Highness, you can't stop it, Luis. You've got to kill all the idiots who believe in him. They're not right in the head.
That right? You're the ones who aren't right in the head. It's because of stiff old cowards like you that this country's been spinning its wheels. Not ever getting better.
Then why hasn't Luis shown up yet, eh? Sounds like he's your coward, after he arranged all this too.
True enough. If he doesn't even show up after all this fuss he's made, everyone would feel like fools.
Probably going for another big, grandstanding entrance like at the royal funeral.
Don't care what he's planning. Either way, he's dead meat.
Save your fury for the fight ahead. But still.
Over there! His Royal Highness the Prince has arrived.
Whoa, and Lady Juna as well!
I say, nothing wrong with an adoring public, but this is getting more claustrophobic than the engine room. We don't want to get stuck. I'm popping back in the room.
Let's head to the Hushed Honeybee Inn for now. I'm sure Maria will be happy to see us back.
All the customers say they're on your side. I was surprised at how popular you are.
Thank you for helping, Maria.
Thanks for helping, Maria. We couldn't have done it without you.
I tried my very, very best.
I never thought Luis would be the one throwing down the gauntlet to you. If he'd survived, I'm sure he'd say the same. You'd better get some rest tonight. Come on, Maria. It's time you went to bed.
I wish we could stay up and talk more. Good luck tomorrow. I'll be cheering for you.
It's finally happening.
We've got to win this. For Grius' sake, too.
Victory is in our grasp. We once thought it impossible to save His Highness the Prince, after all, and he now lives.
But without the king's wards, we'll be fighting on even ground. He won't make this easy on us.
The king's magic lived up to the legends. Capable of shaking the world itself. Every man, woman, and child has been at its whims for months.
Not the kind... the power any of us want in Luis's hands.
But will this fight truly settle everything? By the spell's own rules, the throne will go to whoever wins the most support. Even after this battle, the crown's fate isn't set. We saw how the people's hearts have been whipped to dangerous passions. When the dust settles...
Whatever they make of it, we've come this far. All we can do now is finish our fight and strike to kill. Any less, and Luis will cut us down.
Indeed. Let us now devote ourselves to victory, and then worry of what comes after. We must believe in all we've yet accomplished.
This should be our last battle against Luis. I'm just trying to stay hopeful. Knowing how far we've come. Now you've awoken your archetype. Forged friendships. And taken so many burdens on your shoulders. You've really risen to this fight.
Oh, she got level up. It's been an honor.
It's been an honor to serve.
Wow. Listen to you sounding like a proper hero. I suppose the prince thing is rubbing off on you, but it takes me back. If the prince could see you now, he'd be pretty proud of you. Don't you think? I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends. Wait, what?
What's the matter? We were best friends.
Yes, we were best friends. What of it?
Oh, sorry. I felt like I'd misspoke
Something's
for a
wrong.
second or something. Don't mind me. Anyway.
Nah, that's intentional. I mean, you and he were best friends. Best friends.
Friends. Wait. What?
Huh. That's like a deliberate choice of words.
We'll make sure this is the end for Luis. Gotta report our victory to His Highness personally, right?
I can sense Gallica's strong determination and resolve. One more.
It's like I'm seeing the prince smile.
Right. Let's get some rest. We'll need it come tomorrow.
It's been a while.
Feels like ages since I was last here.
So?
Best way to get prepared for tomorrow is by getting some rest. Seemed like an odd reaction delivery. I can't fear crafting off of that. I have nothing. I got nothing.
That man.
Regardless of our aims, it seems Luis had his eye on you for some time. No doubt he's been anticipating the showdown in the royal capital. Well, if he asks a fight of us, a fight he shall have. We stand proud against him.
I got you.
Wants to settle it one-on-one, eh? Of course he does. When all you care about is power, everything has to be a duel. Speaking as his old right-hand man, I can tell you, the man's strong, terrifyingly strong. Can't afford to get careless.
Now then.
Thanks to Rella, we've won quite a sudden groundswell of public support, but Luis's supporters number many still. The only way to get more support is to fight Luis and lay him low.
But then...
There used to be many candidates for the tournament, but now there are only a conspicuous few who remain. Luis may be a strong opponent, but there are so many people who support us. Let's give this battle the best we've got and live up to their expectations.
You know.
All the customers at the inn say they're cheering for you. You've beaten a lot of bad guys already, haven't you? I'm sure you'll win.
At last.
This is it. Standing here takes me back to the royal funeral, but today we are more powerful than we were then. This time we'll defeat Luis and avenge Grius. No, all who have gone too soon.
It's coming up.
It's finally time. I'm almost impressed that Luis would challenge us to a fair fight, unlike those church bastards who keep everything in the shadows. We can't let Luis get anywhere near the throne. We charge in with our best foot forward, for us and for Rella, who trusted us to do just that.
Make yourself at home.
Tomorrow's battle will be historic, won't it? I've readied your bed so that you can rest well. It should be good, no? I mean, is there anything I need to do if it's a 1v1? Like, what am I gonna do? I don't know. Yeah, I'll just leave it. Let's do this.
Good night.
Rest well. Zorba?
At long last, my lord, our investigations have borne fruit. We know where the true prince lies.
Oh, shit.
Those loyalists who disappeared with the prince led us right to him. We found traces of their coming and going.
Where was he hiding?
Far to the west of the royal capital, deep within a forest said to bewitch those who should wander in.
Okay.
An old village erased from today's maps. That said, against all odds, it seems that this place is...
The lost village of the Elder.
Oh.
Last trampled by Fortin's troops, sent to burn it to the ground.
You knew then?
I see now. To hide in a place publicly declared as destroyed. Quite a gamble. The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
Wait, what?
The prince was born there, you know. An illegitimate son, after the past king's heart was drawn to a woman of the village in his youthful years of debauchery.
Alright, I'm gonna just say it, but there might be a chance that we might actually be royalty. Or like the brother of the prince. She said best friend. But like maybe related. Maybe there's more than one illegitimate son. Or maybe like a half-brother situation, I don't know.
The prince...
What? Then the prince really does bear elder blood.
Forden did not raise the village for any defiance of his scriptures. He thought only to eliminate an inconvenient heir. A threat to his power.
Yeah, these guys are like grimy, bro. They're like
survival, his complete disappearance. This was the missing piece. Zorba, go and snuff them out for good.
Sir, consider them annihilated. I've been hoping for an opportunity to test this newfound power.
he looks sick. His design.
The battle at the royal capital looms. I must begin my own.
He like changed from how he used to look. It's the Kingdom Hearts book.
The prince, then I will give you a prince's end, and I have just the spell to do it.
Okay.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws
We're near the end of the game, bro. It's the next month's the last month, it seems like. I don't see how much things they could do to extend it. So it really does seem like it's coming to a climax. Of course.
Yes, of course.
No hesitation at all. You've really grown out there.
But you have to come back, no matter what, okay?
I confess my mind strays back to the royal funeral. Yet we are more than we ever were then. Now we have the power to see this through.
Let's get out there, thrash him, and come back here to celebrate.
Never thought we'd find ourselves back at the Grand Cathedral for the final showdown. Let's pull ourselves together, ready our supplies, and give him hell.
$10 hours and 40 minutes, bro. We're running out of time. These story segments can be pretty long, so I'm kind of worried I'm gonna get cut off. Louise awaits within the Grand Cathedral. I said go there.
Can we talk?
Make sure that you have everything you'll need.
Just sublime.
Can I go to another city? No. I can travel all around here, though. So that's, it'll be good, no? I think I'll be fine.
Let's go.
Hello,
You bloody fool.
This heat is insane.
Say that. Say that.
Ready?
It's time for a showdown against Louise. You ready? Always ready.
Well, bit of a tricky situation. Can't exactly say I'm the tournament's official crier anymore, things being what they are.
Okay.
I mean, Sanctifex Forden and St. Rella are gone. Bluntly speaking, there is no tournament anymore. But like hell, if that's gonna stop me, as a lone citizen watching over the future of our country, you can look to me for the latest news on this upcoming fight. Woo! Live free, crier! Fight the power! Very good. Let's begin, shall we? The Day of Judgment is here. The final fight between Luis, military paragon and one-man army, and the boy who claims to be the fallen prince. The entire continent's eyes are on this battle, folks, and only one of them's walking away. Let's see a show of true strength worthy of our new king.
Your Highness, you can win! Give Luis the boot!
Count Luis! Kill that imposter!
It looks to me like Luis hasn't even bothered to show at the royal capital.
Well, there's no way he'd run away from this. Any time now. Any time.
Whoa, over there! It's Luis's gauntlet runner! And so the leading candidate finally makes his appearance.
Luis.
The two titans of this race have finally come face to face. Let's introduce our candidates once again for this final bout. Our first candidate, Count Luis. Adopted son of a minor nobleman, he rose to fame on his incredible military merits, quelling domestic conflicts and almost becoming our nation's youngest general. Suspected of attacking His Highness, he was denounced and cast down, but his name has since been cleared, and now here he stands, closest to the throne. Then we have the Elden candidate, he who claims to be none other than His Highness, the Prince. Though his identity is uncertain, his strength is undeniable. Through his campaign, we've seen his team flourish, counting even the songstress Juna.
Come on, you guys would vote for
time has come
Will and his
to
friends
demonstrate his
ASAP.
power. Will it be enough for this youth to take the throne?
I have to commend you. A lesser man would have run. This all began with the king's failings. He was an unworthy ruler, and his incompetence bred the chaos that followed. You, who claim to be the prince, what do you believe the people seek in their king?
Jeez. Bloodline's kind of a weak answer. Power is your answer, so I'll go with intellect.
The intellect to resolve everything.
Many would dismiss the idea, but resorting to force is never the answer.
Can intellect alone protect the people? In the end, words are nothing against power. Now let me ask you, my gathered people, what is it that makes a king?
The potential of the mind is much more than the potential of our limbs. But then again, we're in a fantasy world, but I don't know. What do I know?
Power!
Power!
Luis, kill him now!
Kill him now!
Only the strong can rule!
Oh, jeez.
Your Highness, show us your power!
Young candidate, have you or your party any final speeches before the duel?
We have only one thing to say. Wake up! Luis's fair world is barbaric. A land where the strong prey on the weak. He promises protection, but he is the very man who would see you slain. Hear this. Luis ordered my home destroyed by a human. Are we a land of animals?
Let's go, Stroll.
Or are we a nation united in the protection of the weak, in raising up our neighbors?
He's the type of man who will kill anyone who gets in his way. If you crown him king, I know the country will burn. Rella said as much.
People, do not let your hearts falter. I desire but one thing, a world without inequality. And I shall gladly offer my shield to all of those who follow this ideal. Those who do not, however, will be slain without mercy or regret. It could not be simpler.
Jeez, alright, that quick, huh?
Equality means you will sacrifice the people who need help most. Then I deny your world!
So, you think you have the strength to protect the weak? Then prove to me these are more than empty words.
Let's go. Come on, Luis.
Come then, and act your part in this show.
Look at him. His hair's blowing in the wind.
I have
I'm
a
scared.
new world to build, and you will die in its name.
The time has come. We're finishing this, here and now.
Level 60.
Face me!
Yo, you're gonna catch these hands. Watch.
Savior! Savior!
Die by it.
You weak to light?
Oh, holy light!
We settle this here.
Better be all
Nothing back! Wind!
I will.
We'll just keep using that move.
You! Can you endure it?
Oh.
Come, accept my challenge.
Oh, now he's fighting. Okay. That's how it's. Oh, what the fuck, bro?
Oh, power of kings.
Jeez.
I'll use this.
My spirit is
Are you
unbroken.
prepared from me?
Try not to run.
Nah, Louisa's
Quite a boon.
put me down, bro. What the heck? I wasn't ready for that.
Let's set it up.
Okay, we need defense, bro.
Everyone, fall back.
I don't play.
Can you endure it?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Accept my challenge.
What?
I
Look out.
strike to kill.
Only is that all?
Okay.
Is that all?
You hidden arm. I must on me. We go together. This doesn't feel right. Now we strike.
Strike true.
This should suffice.
Helpful as ever.
Let's meet.
We settle this here. No, you first.
Time for some close comp. By this power.
Roar!
I will annihilate you. Can you endure it? Come, accept my challenge. I strike to kill.
Hulkenberg, your attack
For
power is
all
strong.
that we strive for!
No.
Join with me!
Holy.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Coordination is key.
3 people.
With royal might!
Be neither to face me. There's a better way. Hidden arm. Hellfire!
Pretty strong, Louise.
Can you endure it? Let's see.
Okay.
Hulkenberg,
I
your
call
attack
upon
power is
royal
Hanging
power
on.
within. All yours.
We'll do this together.
Go! Scour!
That's, yeah, okay, we're keep using that move.
Die by it.
Paladin! Strike me if you dare!
I'll use what I must.
You defy the rule of strength. I will annihilate you.
Can you endure it?
I see your game. Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Okay, good. Da 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 da.
Wind. Is everyone with blade in hand? Just let us fight as one. Nope, not this. Paladin! I stand waiting.
You commander! On me, we go together. Witness our strength. Face me! Fortifying.
I owe you.
Thank you.
I see. It would appear you have the metal to defend your claims. Then I need not hold back either.
Still holding back. Oh wow, okay.
Can you endure it?
No. Probably not.
To kill! I strike to
Okay,
kill!
single attack, sorry. Cool.
I strike to kill!
Alright, cool. Holy Hulkenberg tanking that shit.
Savior!
Quite a boon.
What's next?
I'm all prepared.
Hold nothing back. For all that we strive for.
Da, da, da,
I will annihilate you!
Oh no, spamming that? No way. Oh my god. Oh my god.
The shame. Someone help me.
Holy shit.
Heisman got knocked out. We gotta revive him.
No holding back!
This guy's a maniac.
That helps.
I'm obliged.
That was brutal.
Lend me your
Settle this here.
Let's try this.
I shall repay this favor
Paladin!
tenfold.
No.
No, I need
Switch with me.
Leave it to me.
You defy the rules.
Power of kings.
My thanks.
That helped.
oh my god, please.
Can you endure it?
No, please, I'm sorry. Oh my. Oh my. Oh. Oh no, bro.
Can't give up now.
Let's get him some healing.
Try not to lean.
My thanks.
Fucking name, dude.
Come forth, royal soul.
Someone, quick! Get her back on her feet.
Is there enough? I'll get some distance. Forward! Let's set it up! Maybe there's a better... Do I need to use it? I'm to the rear guard. This should work.
Time for my grand comeback. I'll show you. I call upon a royal soul.
I owe you. Much thanks.
Just chill, bro. Please. Please, bro. This guy's...
Annihilate you!
No, bro.
Can you endure it?
Please.
Come, accept my
Okay.
challenge.
Blindsighted.
No.
I strike to kill!
Oh, okay. 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 Jeez.
Heisman, your attack power's down.
I need to do something, bro.
Charge!
Savior!
A healing light!
We'll do this together!
Give it all you've got.
Okay.
Good. Very good. Yours is a worthy power, one untainted by petty tactics or cheap tricks. However...
Oh, we're done. Okay, cool. Sick. Nice.
Magnificent.
Holy, bro, this guy is devastating.
You truly have become more powerful. But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Wait, what?
But I would expect no less of a remnant of humankind. You're a survivor of a lost tribe, aren't you?
Humankind?
Because he's elder, you would call him a monster. Because he's elder, you would call him a monster. You should know the truth by now. After all that time I allowed you to spend on that pagan island. History as told by the Sanctus Church is a fiction. No doubt you saw all the evidence of a truer history. One that told of ancient times where the land was ruled by a far different people.
You mean the legends according to the murals and ruins from the temple?
Yufa! Don't humor him.
But if that war between gods truly did come to pass...
Gods? How droll. They may have governed all things with works far beyond ours, but they were no gods. They were an ancient tribe unlike any other race now lost.
Humans.
Wielders of true magic. The modern age saw them called Elder, shunned from our cities. But in their time, they were known as humankind.
Elder are
I thought
humans?
humans were those mad monsters. What are you trying to say now?
Luis, dog. Your lies will soil His Highness's name no longer.
You believe it false? What would I stand to gain from lies?
Elda are actually humankind? Why wouldn't I know that?
Hear me! His appearance as a boy is mere trickery. In truth, he is humankind. He is kin to the feral monstrosities that roam this land, leaving carnage in their wake.
He doesn't know when to give up. No one would believe this madness.
No need to distress yourself. I'll show you the proof. You, boy, who call yourself the prince. You will be the cornerstone upon which my utopia is built.
Utopia?
What's happening?
What ails him?
Witness the truth! Good people, you would know the identity of your would-be prince. Here he is!
He's a monster! It's a human!
No fucking way, bro.
The truth of the humans is laid bare. They're no beasts, but another form of the Elder Tribe. Cast aside their guise with magic, and they reveal their true colors. He is no royalty, no boy, but a ruthless fiend intent on your throne!
It's not true!
It
has to be one of the Count's illusions!
What illusion? That's no prince! It's a monster!
It'll kill us all! Run!
What has become of him?
It must be Luis's wicked magic. Yet, the aura of Magla, it's exactly like a human's.
He's not!
He's a human.
Hey! Snap out of it! You have to stop this! Ah!
What the fuck, bro? I did not even expect that at all, bro. There's like nothing. Okay, if he's elder humans. Okay, what about that best friend line? Hold on. Okay, whatever. To help anyone in need. Was it too idealistic? Was it too naive to win?
Afraid.
Louise called it trickery, and even my very body.
Be not afraid, child. 'Tis not thy true self. 'Tis not thy true fate.
Who are you? What do you know about it?
In this moment, thy mind is disturbed, twisted by the power of that man. The time has come. Thou must face the truth deepest within thee.
So the main character is actually really fucking important. He's not some random stand-in, you know, like the prince is more important. He's just like serving the prince. He's actually really important. He's not even like an Avatar character, really. He's had a lot of voiced lines and stuff himself, even though I'm picking all the options and stuff. Like his characterization's ultimately up to me.
What's that about?
The deepest truth.
Remember again thy true self, the purpose of thy birth.
My purpose. You have less than an hour, bro. I hope I don't get cut off. Yes, that's right. I took on a mission to save the prince.
An ideal world. Even if reality crushes everything I believe in, even if my ideals languish, I know I can trust you to see them through. It's always been that way. Whenever my life's been the hardest, you are always there to help me through it. After all, you're mine.
Best friend or brother? Brother? Brother. What is he?
Wake up! Wake up! Hey!
Because she's probably, if it's something like actual blood relation, it would make sense why she was like thrown off by the best friend line. Because like, wait, you're not. I don't know though. We'll have to see, bro. The plot really thickens in this game. That's really good, bro.
Are you well?
I had a strange dream.
I had a strange dream.
You seem coherent at least. We saw you take on a terrible, monstrous form. We knew not what to do.
Yeah, what the hell is happening?
You had vast reserves of magic poured into you. It was eating away at your body and mind, but I've managed to suppress it. He may be back with us, but without rest, he will surely succumb to the spell. I don't know if he can withstand the same magic a second time.
I will not let you die.
It would appear the throne is now mine in every sense. None remain to oppose me. Your vengeance is at hand. Will you not finally slay the monster and avenge your people?
Shut up!
Unfortunately, the prince is finished either way. Both this imposter and the true prince at death's door, deep in the woods.
The true prince? You bastard! What have you done?
Bloody hell! Is that why he called us here? It was all just a bloody distraction!
Your part in this has ended. Go where you wish, but I advise you run fast if you would outpace your hunters.
Seize the monster! I don't care if you have to kill it! Attention now. This looks dire. How could you deceive us?
I knew all along that filthy lowborn was hiding something! Monster!
These guys are stupid.
We retreat to our gauntlet runner. We must find him safe haven to rest.
Why wouldn't they think Louise did something to him?
It won't be long until the entire kingdom hears of this mess. We've no safe haven left.
Gallica, we've only got one option now.
Oh, to go where the
I'm
princess.
worried about the prince too.
I know. We'll head to my home and the prince's refuge, the Elden Sanctum.
Elden Sanctum. No, my rating went down. Will's supporters have begun to drastically declining in number.
Count Luis has saved the country. He has driven off the human who sought to usurp it.
Count Luis is our true savior.
Sounds like we've got our next king, then.
Might as well fall in with him. You'll keep us safe from any humans at the very least.
They'll be all right.
What if Louise is a human?
Won't they?
That boy is no monster.
You like know so
I'm
much.
sure they'll be fine.
Luis! What the hell did he do? Stay safe out there, boy.
The flow of that evil Magla was surely born from Luis's magic.
Yeah.
What a
Come on, bro.
terrifying force.
I'll remember that sight for the rest of my days. But he hasn't got you beat yet, my friend. You can't tell me the fight's over.
Dang. 1,025. Will supporters... What did it say? Oh. There's drastically declining. Continue to decline. How did this happen? Anywho, there's no time to waste. Let's set course for the ancient Elden Sanctum. Don't lose hope, Will.
It was more of a defeat than it was a departure. They board the Gauntlet Runner and rush from the capital, as though hiding from the shrieking animosity of the masses. What more can they endure? There is no light to be seen.
A hiding place for the Elder Tribe.
I didn't know they're gonna go this sort of direction.
We can marvel at it later.
I was like, yo, I wanted Will to be like, you know what I mean? Like he's everyone else. Like I get he's unimportant because he's the main character and you're doing all the stuff through him, but to have him have story significance in that sense, like a lore kind of drop like that, it's not really just the Prince and Louise and Forden, like all these people with who are somebody. Like the Prince is somebody's royalty, Louise is somebody, like everyone's somebody except for the main character in a way, right? I mean the main character's becoming somebody, but like he actually has like lore, dog. Like there's a truth, greater truth, a plot thread that we didn't know about. There's more to that. We're gonna find out more. We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me.
We can marvel at it later. The mirror hasn't shown me anything for a while. I can't even see the room now, let alone the prince. The mirror hasn't shown...
No. Just after we'd finally resolved the curse, too.
Luis's final words trouble me. We must hurry on.
At first glance, it is a simple forest, deep as any other. But the observant may sense that every tree in its formation is ancient and grand, bathed in mystical serenity. The name of this place is familiar only to the few who grasp the truth. The ancient Elden Sanctum.
Can you walk, lad?
That's a relief. Seems like the rest on the ride here did him some good.
Poor chap's even got me worried. I'll shuffle along too.
Hey, I reacted poorly when you were turned into the...
Yo, y'all switched up quick, dog.
I apologize.
Like, fuck, bro. Y'all didn't even second guess if Louise was just doing some fucking machination and magic power shit. Like a illusion, genjutsu, like shit. Fuck, after all we went through 80 hours of what?
Went blank. For a moment, I doubted you.
No, I don't think Louise is lying. There's got to be something. Elden humans. It's like it's Louise is not that kind of person to like make fake lore up and shit and pass it off as a lie. That's what we're doing. Calling his ass the prince, right? And we're the ones more like deceptive if you think about it, like the infiltration villain shit. Anyways. It surprised me too. No, it's behind us now.
It's behind us now.
You're good,
Nothing will shake me like that again, I swear it. I will never turn from you.
Hey,
and here's hoping there can be no surprises worse than that.
But what a sea.
We are Negan? No, we are Will.
Trees. If we get lost in here, we're never getting out.
I can sense a special barrier in place. Meant to deliberately lead people astray, too. A perfect place to hide.
Gallica, how fares His Highness? Does the Farsight Mirror yield any news?
No. I checked a bunch of times in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm not seeing anything.
The prince is out,
I'm worried.
out and about,
Hurry
bro.
and lead the way.
Unless he got killed or something.
Everyone stay close so we don't get separated. The village is this way.
Okay. Worried about the prince. His life is in our hands. He believes in a world where people can make their own future, just like you. He's the only one who could see that dream become a reality. Is this a dungeon?
Hang on a second.
Is it a dungeon, though? We're running out of time. That was crazy. That fight was hard. Like, not harder. Like, harder. It could have gone much worse. We managed to get through it, though. Louise is super powerful. Force to be reckoned with.
All right, then.
Huh? This looks like... Who are you?
Are you all right?
Are we gonna find out? My head's swimming. What is this place?
The royal flower? A surprise to see them blooming here.
Something about this place. Yes. The flow of
He
magma
said
is
Eldens
strong
are
here.
humans,
It is
humankind.
much like the altar of the dragon god. The magma in the air seems to be concentrated here. What is this place?
Gallica, something the matter? Your mind seems elsewhere.
Oh, sorry. I've got this weird feeling that something really important happened here. Anyway.
Yeah, any
let's
of her
keep moving.
dialogue is just, you know, just like too on the nose about like significance.
So here you are at last.
Who's that? Holy bro. That I did not. There was nothing in my brain that even
what?
Like, I think of all sorts of dumb, wacky combinations of things, but I did not even think they would go the direction of one, the main character being more important, but being important in the sense that he's apparently a human. Eldens are humankind. They like transform and shit. We're gonna find out more about that. But holy, bro. Like, honestly, we're running out of time, so it's crazy. It was gonna be a crazy way to end this stream. We're gonna end the stream on a high note, that's for sure.
How odd. This place is clearly in ruins, but it doesn't look like natural decay.
It was burned to the ground. One day, a bunch of kingdom soldiers showed up out of the blue. Without so much as a reason. They made an inferno of the place.
But why? Why would His Majesty order such an atrocity?
Thinking back now, it may have been Forden who led the charge. I can't be certain. But if it was up to him, he would have done it just to purge the filthy Elda tribe.
Louise claimed that the Elden people were just another form of the humans. If he spoke true...
They're not. There's no way. Anyway, more than half of the villagers died in the fire. And those who survived were forced to hide in caves. That way everyone would think they were wiped out.
'Tis a shrewd ploy indeed, to hide in a place the enemy themselves saw destroyed. Yet, why did Alcis? No matter. His Highness is in this cave, correct?
What did
Yes,
Alcis is what,
over
Grius?
What? That...
He draws no breath. Likely a stab in the back. I doubt he even had time to shout.
I recognize him. He was the associate of the first operative I came in contact with. He was a lot more skilled than those Sanctist warrior monks. Now...
Gallica, the cave is just ahead, yes?
Yes.
It's past the woods, over there.
Then we move.
Need to get to the cave.
I don't like this.
This magla that I'm sensing, I'm worried about the prince. We need to hurry over the hideout on the lower level.
All right then.
A fairy. I think they'll feel a little alarmed if we all swarmed in on them as a big group like this. For now, let's leave them be and move on. But what are you talking about? Oh, them. It's a fairly old Yugif man. It seems he's working to lay a body to rest.
Russell? You're saved!
Huh? My word. Is that you, Gallica?
You were His Highness's tutor.
Hmm? I know but one red-dressed knight. Are you the royal guard? The Lady Hulkenberg? By the heavens. Then...
She's been helping us. Everyone here is a trusted ally. They've all fought to save the prince.
Alas. Oh, what a tragedy. If this reunion had only been a moment sooner.
Russell, where is His Highness? What happened? Is His Highness safe?
A few days ago, those detestable cursed thorns finally faded. I cannot tell you how long I had waited to see them gone. It was truly a joy beyond words. It happened before we could fathom it. A lone stranger, a loathsome figure, came striding in. His Highness had only just regained consciousness since the curse's lifting. Yet, to protect us, he threw himself upon the assassin's blade. We were horror-struck. His Highness lay pierced through the heart, and we saw him breathe his last.
All that for him to die like that?
That can't be true.
The stranger was a master of magic. None could match him. Of the Resistance's numbers, only I remain.
Who was responsible for this?
I don't know who the murderer was, but he cried his patron's name aloud as he did the deed. For Count
was it
Louis.
Zorba?
From the moment he appeared, I believe his sole purpose was to kill His Highness. As soon as the lifelight left the prince's eyes, the stranger left, with only a smile.
An innocent boy. Twice tormented in the clutches of assassins. All because of the family he was born into.
Luis, there really is no evil you won't stoop to.
Please, Russell. Where is the prince?
We've laid him in the prayer room for now, at the end of the cave. He rests just this way.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
She called me love.
You're coming, aren't you, love?
I must.
I must go to him.
You're right. Maybe we'll find some way to help.
Ah, I'd heard a rumor.
Wait, did she actually voice it? Okay, I skipped
we'll
it.
find some way to help.
That was just me being...
There was a boy candidate who claimed to be His Highness. So, that was you? 'Tis just as St. Rilla said. You're no scoundrel. Indeed, you risked life and livelihood to see His Highness restored. Strange. Something in you reminds me of His Highness.
Something wrong?
We're apparently besties.
No, it's nothing. Well, I will go
Now
before
that's...
you to the
Those kinds of... These sorts of lines are like... I'm generally speaking like suspicious of those sorts of lines.
prayer room. Once you are ready, you are free to join me.
There's some sort of connection I'm not really seeing. Before I go to the prince, I think I'll help Russell lay the body to rest. So the prince is dead?
You going to stay here?
No. I must bear witness myself. As his knight, I must.
Uh, 25 minutes left. If I can wrap this cutscene up.
I'm a little worried.
Need to get to the prince as quickly as I can. The prince is in the prayer room on the lower level. I don't want to believe it, but we need to see him for ourselves.
All right then.
This voice. What voice? I didn't hear shit.
Long have I waited.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, you.
Are you associated with the group that's been sheltering the prince? It's all because of them that another calamity has befallen us. Now that I get a closer look at you, are you Elda? I had heard that the prince was the only Elda within the resistance.
Beg pardon?
Hold on. Did you really come here from outside the sanctum? What's going on? No, that can't be. Are you truly Elda? All of y'all are Elda.
You must hurry. The time has come.
Time has come. These resistance members can keep on sacrificing themselves for all I care. It's not my problem. I guess that came out sounding a little cold. I suppose I can help carry the bodies away. There's too many for that old Ujif to handle on his own. All on his own.
What?
Right past this door here is the living quarters. Lady Grude made it strictly clear that it's not to be opened under any circumstances. You heard me. Hurry along now.
All was for this day.
All was for this day.
There is still time.
There's still time. Gallica, is that really you? I was wondering where you had gone off to. Oh, thank goodness you're safe. How are the others? The others? They're fine. It was just a bunch of people who died. Jeez. More people. More importantly, Gallica, we have to go gather petals from that flower patch in the forest. What? Oh,
sure.
Maybe later. Okay. I'm still on a mission, so now really isn't the time to. You've changed, Gallica. You're even starting to talk like one of them. So weird.
What?
Huh? Are you trying to be a person? You're strange now. Listen to you talking like a person.
Hello there.
The prayer room is located further in. At the moment, it's being used to mourn those who are no longer with us. I pray you don't cause a disturbance. I'm like saving frequently, sorry. This is just ahead. Are you ready, Will? Let's go. Holy bro. The people who brought the prince to his village called themselves simply the Resistance. They feared a name would spread word of their existence. Their numbers have gradually dwindled, and after today's tragedy, Russell is all who remains. Hardly a resistance now.
Hey.
Russell, the prince's... Oh, Highness, for you to forfeit your life in order to save ours, it can only mean that we have truly failed you. There can be no atonement, no penance to match the magnitude of our failure. The truth is, during the attack, I crossed paths with the assailant. He walked right past me on the stairs outside. At the time, the only thing that struck me was his unusual garb. Otherwise, he walked by so casually, it seemed nothing was amiss. It was only afterwards that I found out that he had just massacred all those people. I tremble, even now, just thinking about it.
Hello?
Beyond this door is the place the organization has been using as a hideout. Or should I say, it was beyond this door. Other than the elderly Russell, the rest of them are... Perhaps we brought this on ourselves, but still, it's all so dreadful. What the heck is going on?
This is...
His name at the very bottom, Arvid Alshes. That was Grease's real name, right? I'm sorry, Grease. If only we could have gotten to you a little sooner.
Huh?
Oh, we're gonna end this on some cliffhanger shit, bro. We're running out of time. Wait, is that you, Gallica? You're okay. You left in such a hurry. I was worried.
Well...
Sorry about that. I've been out traveling, actually. I've got this really important mission. Oh, wow. It must be pretty hard. I can tell just by looking at you. And I can tell you've changed a lot, too. You're totally different. Is it because of this person you're with? You two are just like the king and fairy of legend. King and fairy? Yep, a long time ago there was a man who traveled all across the world, and he had a fairy with him, just like you two. One day that traveler became a mighty king, and his fairy companion became as wise and knowledgeable as a person, so everyone called her Queen. More of a respect thing. That's the legend. Pretty similar to you guys, huh? That's interesting. Queen, huh? But wait, what did the fairy do after the journey ended? Did she stay by the king's side? Who knows? I don't even know if the story's true or not, but if she did stay, I think that'd be lovely.
All right then.
Oh, yeah, he was here the whole time. Okay.
Oh!
Me? No, I'm not the part of the resistance. I just help out on my own time. I take it you saw the coffins outside? Old man Russell is on his own now. Ever since I was a kid, the old man's been teaching me much about the outside world. The adults all speak ill of the resistance, but the younger folk around here are all genuinely grateful for them. Prince's bed. When I looked into the far sight mirror, I saw the prince lying upon that very bed.
Really?
Oh wow, Gallica, the funniest stuff happened while you were gone. Your friend totally fell into a pond. It was hilarious. And then get this. Are you busy or something? You look tired. We should talk more later though, okay? Oh right, your friend is further in. I think you're late. What's wrong with these fairies, bro? You're all from outside, aren't you? Hey, mind telling me what's going on right now? Nobody will tell me anything. They all just say, don't leave the house. I know the fires are scary, but it's all too much to be holed up like this. I, for one, have no intention of spending my life running between caves and forests.
No, it's you!
Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people of the world. Kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies.
All right then.
Okay, I'm gonna read the rest of the stuff around him and save in front of him and probably end stream. End on a fucking cliffhanger.
Now what am I to do?
Quite a state our village is in right now, so if there's anything you need, now's the time.
Now what?
Come off it.
Heard that the Elder are considered a sullied tribe to the outside world. Perhaps that's reflecting the current state of affairs. That child is royalty, yet his life has been defined by tragedy beyond anything that I've experienced. To think that there are those who would see such a child as no more than prey to be slain. To look upon a mere boy such as he and revile him, whatever, their souls are truly cursed. There he is. To be completely honest, there are those within the sanctum who think ill of both his highness and the resistance, but life is priceless. For him to have died in such a way at such a tender age, at so tender an age, let us pray so that such a tragedy is never repeated. Offer your prayers not to any idol, but to the God that dwells within. So yeah, there he is, bro. The prince. All our work for nothing. Or maybe for nothing. I'm like worried to trigger this cutscene.
This way.
No. Your Highness.
Why?
I didn't realize anyone still remained to weep over this child. Huh? Gallica! You've returned!
Milady Gruide. It's been a long time.
May I ask who this is?
She is the chiefess of this village. The Hermitess Gruide.
She was kind enough to shelter the entire organization when His Highness fled to these woods.
I can't believe he's gone. I'm just some parapus orphan from the slums. I was never supposed to outlive any prince. Was he killed here?
No. It all happened in the bunk room in the back. We moved him here to the altar once all was quiet. I don't know if you'd believe me, but I received a revelation. Should the prince die, his body should be kept safe and still here until the rightful day comes, even if the boy is but a bastard sired by that despicable man. He is still Her Majesty's son.
Despicable? What, you mean the king? Wait, who's Her Majesty?
Do you know nothing of the child's mother? The boy was not brought across borders to us. He was born here, in the ancient sanctum. His mother was our past chiefess, the queen of our elder tribe. She was a flower amidst the forests, a woman of such beauty, grace, and kindness. She saved this child from the flames. And it cost her her life. Her death is on that man's hands. Like a piper, he wandered in and seduced the young queen with his idealistic tales. But he failed to protect his family and died powerless. The village was only set ablaze because the boy was in the way of the Sanctus Church's designs on the throne. And that insipid king could do nothing to stop them. But you see, this boy, His Highness the Prince, looks so much like Her Majesty. And so... You there, boy. Are you perhaps... No, it can't be. And yet...
Is something amiss, Milady Gruide? He is one of Gallica's allies. His loyalty stands with His Highness, and he has risked much in the prince's name.
Whoa! What's with the formal introduction? You were the one who gave us our orders in the first place.
Hurry.
Hear that? I hear that voice. Hey. Wait, what? I hear that voice again coming from somewhere.
Are you okay?
The time has come. Here thou camest to the end of thy journey. This secret place was home to thee. Now remember thy path thus far. Walk thy life's road and see it anew. I have been waiting for thee to overcome thy trials. Long have I waited for thy return. Know this, his life is not yet ended.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
It all started on that ill-fated day when the usurper thought to extinguish his light. Before he fades away, recount all thou hast seen and felt, all thou hast gained in thy journey's course.
I look now to the past. I see the roads I traveled on this journey.
Gallica and thee sought to take the head of Louise, but thy efforts came to naught. So, ye moved instead to join a tournament to decide the land's king.
In the prince's name.
In the prince's name.
Though thy plan was reckless, thou didst win the trust of the people by the support of peers and subjects alike. Thus, thou didst declare thyself the prince.
It was all for victory.
It was all for victory.
After overcoming many obstacles, thou didst finally lift the prince's curse. Yet by the cruel machinations of another, the young prince
He's no longer with us.
He's no longer with us.
Thy sole mission was to save the prince. Bereft of him, thou hast no further reason to live.
It's not true.
That's not true.
If the prince is dead, wert thy efforts all for naught?
His will lives on.
His will lives on.
So thy resolve is yet unbroken. So be it. Thou hast earned the truth. He was consumed by the curse, and was taken by a deep, abiding slumber. Yet his soul remained alive, so from his earthly form, I extracted his soul, that he might travel the land in Odyssey. And thus his stilled sands began to flow once more. Thy journey hast taken thee far, and taught thee much. So now I ask thee, who art thou?
The prince's friend?
I'm the prince's friend.
Is that truly thy role? Clear your mind and think, to name but a few. Thy parents? Memories of thy youth? Hast thou any recollection of where and how thy youngest years were spent? Yes. Thy memories begin the moment thou befriend the prince. Dost thou suspect the reason?
Oh! I don't have a past.
As I said, thou hast nothing. Thou art a being of
Oh
mine
my
own
fucking god.
creation. 'Twas Gallica
This
alone
motherfucker's
who
actually an
resisted
Avatar
slaves
character.
their hopes upon. All those days past. Thy life had yet to begin. All thou hadst, all that had been bestowed, was a memory. Thy mission to save the prince. Thy memories of youth in the prince's company, and the void enshrouding all else in thy past. All signs of thy conjured existence.
I have nothing?
Nay, the words of the prince in thy memory are unmistakably...
Wait, what?
of his true heart, the memories gained on thy journey, the friendships made, the trust forged. These true things art thine own. All thy trials, all thy experiences wert to prepare thee for this day, to share the strength thou hast gained with thy other self.
My other self?
My other self?
The trust and friendship I've gained has been there to support me. But if they'd known I came from nothing, that I am nothing, would people have stood by me, believed in me? And the same goes for the desire to help anyone in need. How is it that I've touted such a laughably idealistic belief this long?
Accept the truth, and thou wilt face an ordeal beyond any you have yet faced. If thy desire is instead for freedom, thou mayest still abandon thy mission and end it here.
Is that right?
See, my true identity is...
So I bid thee answer my final question. Who art thou in truth?
I'm the prince. I am the prince.
I am.
What the fuck?
The prince.
They did a double... They double faked out this too.
What is this? I feel a curious resonance.
Could this be? But how? Impossible.
Hey, what's going on? What awaits us now?
We are running out of time. but my god. It's a twist that fits and it makes sense.
Ah, life is not yet lost. Thou wert born apart from the prince's flesh, born of his desire to change the world. In his stead didst thou travel the world. Thou didst support his heart, and became his living fantasy. That is thy true self. Thou art everything the prince sought to be, his ideal. It all began with the novel in thy possession. Drawn by the divine relic, Magla coalesced into flesh, and flesh coalesced into form. The form of an elder, as I once was. Time hath come. Awaken, reborn anew. No more the prince's dream of utopia thou wouldst chase. Nay, but thine own.
No fucking way, bro. He's Ultra Instinct. What a fucking twist. Oh my god, the timing on that shit too. We gotta wrap this stream up.
What is this?
What is this indeed?
What's happened?
Thou hast done well to guide him this far.
This voice. I'm sure I've heard it before.
Thy mind should now be clearing. Remember now thy true charge. He was never a member of the Resistance. The mission, the departure, was thine alone. And thereafter didst thou encounter him.
Who are you? Wait, what am I saying?
In those long ago days, he had just been born into this land. Newborn in form, if not in appearance, the boy needed a guide. Thus, I decided his memories would be thine. Thou wouldst share past and purpose, a memory so crafted to suit thee. My journey to the capital would not be made alone, but alongside him.
No, that can't be. He was there when we got our orders.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to.
We are running out of time. I'm making a special exception here. I'm gonna end because it's literally 11 hours 54 minutes 18 seconds. I have to end it in like literally less than a minute. I'm making a special exception. We're gonna end the stream. I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. I'm gonna literally come right back to this point. I'm not even gonna touch anything. I'm not even gonna touch it because we got cut off. We got cut off hard, but it's all good. That's fucking crazy. I don't know what else to really say. That's fucking sick. That's like I can't even explain. They fake me out, bro. How dare they? They fake me out too, like a double fake out. They had breadcrumbs too, and I didn't even book it. Shit. All right.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to.
And if I recall correctly, this is the exact dialogue we were... Yeah, this is where we left off.
I never thought I would have to ask this of you. But there are so few of us left now. There is no one else to turn to. Will you infiltrate the military to deliver a message to our contact there? This is your mission. For all our sakes, you cannot fail.
No! But... I was alone?
By this choice, he might be saved. By these gentle, necessary lies, we could live to see this day when our dearest wish is fulfilled. As he traveled alongside thee, he gained both strength and wisdom. It is only by thy efforts that my voice reached him. He has now been saved. And so the journey ends here. Thou hast fulfilled thy mission admirably.
What? Wait just a minute. What do you mean, it ends here?
From here on, thy path is thy own. Choose thy own future for thyself, and may the fates smile on thy journey.
Sick.
How do we make sense of this?
Is it really you? How do you feel?
I feel fine.
I feel fine, I think.
Look at him now.
There seems to be no doubt. He is still himself, but I also sense His Highness within him.
Everyone? I need to tell you something. The truth is...
So let me get this straight. You're saying it's not a matter of our captain and His Highness joining together, but that the former was this disembodied entity sprung from the latter?
Okay, yeah.
Then that's why he had no memories? 'Cause he didn't even exist?
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Finally, I understand the strange feeling I had sensed upon our meeting. What shaped you, so to speak, was the prince's will itself, a part of his consciousness. Yes, the prince's very heart. He was his soul given flesh.
He was his soul given
The
flesh.
form we knew was one shaped by material magla, much like how the dragon god manifests beyond the vessel Drakadios.
That right there is, yeah. They did mention the Magla. Magla made that possible. Maybe it's like royal magic of some sort. I mean, if the king has like a post-death kind of thing, the prince, I don't know, I'm just saying.
A mass of magla with a will. Forget the dragon god. He may as well have been a dragon himself.
Oh, I'm a dragon?
No wonder he awakened to an archetype before anyone else. It was no great aptitude for magic. He himself was composed of pure magla.
The self, as a manifestation of one's desires. Similar to archetypes. I suppose this is the very essence of magic.
You mean to say that it was not merely pretense?
Yeah,
to
not a
claim the
pretense at
prince's
all.
name? He truly was His Highness all along.
Yeah, that's like what's it's really good, like how they managed to pull that off. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
If that's true, this is finally your reunion with your sworn
They
leader.
managed to have it both ways.
Seems like cause for rejoicing, eh?
Where like you're like in the process of trying to save the prince, everything's for the prince, and like you're like your own entity, and then it's like, oh, I don't know, or they're like polymerized, merged together, and they're actually, or he is like not even a real person, he's a fucking projection, manifestation, some magic shit. his soul manifests essentially, and then all of the things we were doing throughout the story was actually technically, in a sense, the prince going on that journey, doing the tournament. And when they lied, like the rest of the party went with that lie, where it's like, oh yeah, he's the prince, but it's all good. When the prince is back, you know, it's like whatever, it's like for the greater good. They've been doing all sorts of like not the most graceful kind of strategies, whether it's like pretending to be villainous and stuff like that to get Louise's favor, to sort of thing, or in this case this. So yeah, all right.
Lady Hulkenberg of the Royal Guard.
But I failed to protect His Highness.
No. I am sure the strength of your devotion had a hand in saving him.
While all and sundry believed the lad had shuffled off, you alone kept the faith, milady. And in the end, that faith was rewarded.
Fate was changed.
Are you really?
I don't blame her for kind of doubting it.
Please. Please, forgive me, Your Highness. I failed you when you needed me most.
Oh, his eyes are all blue now.
More. Despite being a member of your royal guard, I did not recognize Your Highness at our meeting and showed you such insolence.
Why, I mean... I pronounced your sentence. You've always been an ally.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He's right, you know.
He sounds different.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
He sounds different.
Actually, you've been there for me this whole time.
This is him. This is our main character now. Will... I don't know his last name. Will Metaphor. But Will, the prince, the rightful heir, the king of the north.
If we'd not met you, we'd certainly never have made it this far.
This time, I will protect
Cool plot twist.
you, even should it cost me my very life. I swear to it.
Finally, we've done Grius proud. We've really done it.
By the way, what are we supposed to call you now? I mean, how would you prefer to be addressed, my lord?
Nothing's changed between us. Same as I like. Nothing's changed between us.
You can just keep calling me Captain.
No, Your Highness. With all respect, I must object.
But this is no time to be thick-headed, Miguel. He's the one who gets to decide what we bally call him, so listen to him, eh? What?
You, sir, should be begging His Highness for forgiveness on bended knee. You mangled the royal runner to your own whimsy, you lout.
Oh yeah, even the runner was, or in all this time, it actually would have been mine, because we're riding the prince's gauntlet runner. It was supposed to be for the prince. It's pretty good how that retroactively like works out. Like, you know what I mean? Like they said, it's like his soul manifests, and like he did the journey. Like, you know what I mean? He did all those things. It's not really a cop-out or like unearned in that sense. Metaphor.
Well, that is. I mean, it was all dashed useful in the end, wasn't it? A bit of clemency, Your Highness.
So much for acting same as always.
Sick.
It's beyond belief. Not just that a child who'd lain cold for years could come back to us, but through such extraordinary circumstances.
We an RPG
after
lady.
So long in the curse's thrall, he could not even open his eyes. He may as well have been a corpse. But all this time, he had been on his own journey. It was the boy's dearest wish. He spoke of a fantasy of traveling the world,
Cool.
meeting its people, seeing its truths. And without him even knowing, magic made it
cool.
real. He is a child of Elden blood and Elden legacy. All these years he spent in the village, he has rested near the secret of true magic. Perhaps this is how it came to be.
His was a fantasy surpassing fantasy. It became more than a dream, but a self-possessed force acting of its own volition. And now...
See, bro, this is how you do like a plot twist like this. You see how everyone's like taking their own turns commenting on it, and they're all like phrasing it in a different way. They're interpreting it a different way. That gives the player multiple different kinds of ways of phrasing it and putting it, and like just like elaborating on like the various like ramifications of the details, whatever. That's how you do it, instead of just giving that one thing, that one scene, and then that one line, and then everyone gets like a quick catch up and they just roll with it. It's like, no, there's like that bewilderment you want to capture. Hulkenberg's like freaking out. This guy's not even sure how he should behave. Like, does he have to address him more formally and shit? Like, it's surreal. It's weird, right? It's trippy. Even in their world with all this like fantasy shit, it's funny how something like magical like this happens and it's like they're baffled. They're like fighting monsters, humans, dragons. They do all this magic. They have archetypes. They're like flying in a weird monster machine. Their world is very fantastical, right? And it's just like very fantasy, high fantasy, whatever you want to call it. And like, even in their world, they could be surprised about like all sorts of phenomena or like magic stuff. And in this case, I don't blame them, because it's like pretty much the Elden stuff is like very, very unknown. It's old world shit. They were advanced. So who knows what else we're going to learn more about them. I hope we get more details. I'm assuming this game's got that shit in the bag at this point. This game is long-winded with all sorts of dialogue and text. You'd be damn sure that they're gonna have that for the most important plot points, which is what they're doing right here, right now. Sorry for interrupting.
United, Prince and fantasy live immune.
A journey to discover and reclaim the self.
In all senses, yeah.
No wonder he set off the custom igniter in the Royal Gauntlet Runner. It was the Crown Prince himself.
Even having
the tellies? Is he talking about the telly?
Like this. It feels like nothing short of a miracle.
I can only guess that fate had a hand in it.
That's right. I remember. I heard a voice. Guide him, it said.
A guiding voice?
A voice? Whose?
If you can't remember anything from before our journey, then we probably met after you'd only just...
Yeah, were, like born,
happened,
whatever.
Right?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have known you then. But for some reason...
Because the memory
I was
thing.
Convinced that
that's what the lady was...
Together.
The voice was saying that that shared lie so they can make their way to this truth kind of thing. That's what she was saying.
I thought we both received the order to save the prince, too. Ever since the moment I heard that weird voice guiding
that
me.
lady?
A voice?
Lady Gruade mentioned a revelation.
Hold on, are we still being mystic and metaphorical, or was there an actual guide involved?
Actual guide.
I know someone was guiding me. I just don't know who.
Actual guide.
So a disembodied voice.
Yeah.
Hang on. Come to think of it, that sounds a bit familiar for me too.
Hey, who do you think the voice belongs to? Any idea?
Sort of.
I have a faint idea, but I'm not entirely sure.
Come to think of it, this place, the light coming in, they seem familiar.
I might say the same. When I first acquired this power, I had a vision of somewhere not unlike these grounds.
Does this mean that we've been guided as well?
Perhaps someone has been at your side unseen.
This mysterious lady.
The course of your journey. I imagine all this comes as a great shock for you as well.
She's the one like thou art I art thou.
In your rightful place. You have come to the end of your arduous journey and found new life. It is a life well won, grasped with your own two hands.
Chiefess Gruade, we want to know everything.
That's like a risky
What
twist
is
to
the
do.
truth behind your tribe, the Elder? We Mustari are also said to have inherited truths of the world before us. Histories hushed by sanctism. But this village, it is something altogether different. I myself feel a strange familiarity here. A lost haven underground, yet letting of the sky's light. Please, tell us, what is the Elder Tribe?
Yeah, hold on. She's just mentioned that. I still want to know. That's like the SMT4 thing I was saying. Shin Megami Tensei 4, they did something similar. Lost haven underground, yet letting off the sky's light.
To know what we are, you must first know our history. Come to the altar room past the door.
All right.
I'll wait for you there.
Sick. And here we are, back in control. Ultra Instinct, we powered up. We have white hair now, and our eyes are both blue. We don't have the different colored eyes, the yellow and the blue or whatever. Crazy. Think I'm gonna be popular again? Is everyone gonna have new dialogue?
All very nice.
Never before have I seen such incredible magic. Oops. Your Highness, as I understand it, you managed to thwart 2 separate attempts on your life, correct? We Elder are used to weathering our fair share of misfortune, and yet you've evidently faced so much worse.
All right, then.
Oh. What in the heavens? The dead prince is alive? Old man Russell must be dumbfounded. If the rest of the resistance still lived, I wonder how they might have taken the news. Yeah, they had a lot of, it's not really like out of nowhere. It's really clever too. In like it's clever and meta. Or I at least personally think it's like, it's hard to make an Avatar character be like relevant to the story as an actual like character personified. They've managed to get it both ways, where it's like he's this empty blank slate, literally an empty blank slate. It's like the soul of the prince manifest. He was like literally born at the beginning of this game, essentially, a little bit before the beginning of this game. But you know, Gallica encountered him, and then it's like the lie they said is that he's the prince, but in reality, he actually always was the prince. And every progress, journey, obstacle, hurdle that we overcome was something the prince himself. Imagine this: if that wasn't the plot twist, if the Will was a separate character as the prince is resurrected, comes back because the curse is lifted, and then now we have a separate character to talk about, and then we're gonna put him on the throne, right? Imagine if it was like that. It's like the dude was out of play the whole game, basically out of commission, Sleeping Beauty style, and then pretty much he's just gonna come in at the very last minute, say a couple of things. We've never heard him, we've never talked to him, we never really, well, we have heard him, like a cutscene or two, but like he's not really given much spotlight. And then all of the things we're doing, all of the things that all of the other characters are doing are ultimately for the true heir to the throne, His Highness, you know, assassination attempts, curse attempts, whatever, the king's royal tournament, whatever. It's like poetic, and it's just crazy how like he had that earned journey, and he earned that main character title retroactively, if you know what I'm trying to get, what I'm trying to say. And it's like cool because it's like risky to do that. But then the explanation that they're giving is like, oh, okay. And like to some people that might not be good, or it might be a cop-out, or like magic mumbo jumbo RPG fantasy bullshit, but it tracks with all of the other things we're learning about in this game, like Magla, the dragons being manifest out of it. And then we're gonna learn even more. There's gotta be more to this. The past, the very distant past, these ancient civilization that ultimately led up to like a modern day Elda traced back to that. And then they're like underground, it's like buildings, like regular buildings that look like our shit, like our world, you know? And it's like utopian essentially. And then that book too, is that book referring to that, or is that book a piece of fiction and like a idealist like product, you know, not product, but idealist like vision, You know, is that like an idealist's creation? Is that what it is? Or is there some sort of real truth and that it was like an actual reality at some point? That's what I'm still not 100% sure about. Crazy. Talk to the rest of these people and keep it moving. Hey, Russell, how could this be? His Highness resurrected? 'Tis the most joyous turn of events, of course, but I dare say my heart needs a reprieve from all these sharp twists of fate. You and me both, bro. To think he'd been alive and well, residing in a body composed from megaloparticles. He furthered his goals by storing his mind within another vessel. Thank you. 'Tis reminiscent of His Majesty's royal magic. So the prince... These guys have like these post-mortem kind of royal magic spells. It's like sick. And he's like the archetypes and stuff too. There's gonna be more. There's more to this. There's more to this. We're gonna find out more right now. We just got our like one of, not really our first, but like a pretty pivotal plot reveal.
All right.
Finally.
Come off it.
It was a slow burn, and now I'm just like, all right, I'm locked in now. Now we're locked in. Now we're gonna. I can see myself playing this tomorrow, after tomorrow, after tomorrow, whatever it takes to get to the end of the game. Beat that shit, because I want to know what's going to happen now. Like, you know what I mean? That's where we're at. We're in the home stretch. I use the word home stretch. We're in the home stretch now. Okay. I'm probably gonna end stream like a little bit after I'll do all this stuff, but like once it opens up again and then it's like a whole calendar where I can just do free time stuff, I'll just end it before that, and then next stream I'll just get started on that. But I really wanted to figure this out, like what this story segment's reveals are. Well, am I correct in presuming that you are the prince now? I hadn't heard of any elder boy joining the Resistance's ranks and going out on missions, so seeing you took me by surprise. See, there you go. Let's corresponding, just like, to think that you're the prince's other half. Ah, fate is a fickle one. How could this be? 'Tis truly a miracle. Lady Grudet mentioned that she'd caught wind of some manner of revelation. Could this be the late queen's... Oh yeah, we gotta learn more about this queen too.
Now what? Now what am I to do? Hello?
This guy don't give a shit.
All right then.
Crazy, bro. Can't believe it's not butter.
Oh, now this I can't believe.
Freaking margarine. There was a really bright light, and now there's a dead person who came back to life. Are all the royalty from the outside world like you? The outside world sounds ridiculous. Trust me, the people out there are also surprised.
No, it's you.
Man, living in one of these fantasy worlds as like a regular like NPC, like nothing special about you, must be like crazy. Beyond here lies the altar of secret history, the sanctuary which houses the true story of our people and the world. Lady Grudet awaits you inside. And also, please kindly refrain from making any loud noises, lest you startle the fairies. Let's do this. Man, taking a blank slate avatar character and like doing something like that with this, I dig that.
Does this depict the Elder tribe?
Elder comes from an ancient word, meaning only the old ones.
The old ones, okay.
It was an alias given by our ancestors to outsiders who visited the village in the distant past. As for our original name, you know it well by now. We were humans.
We were
the
humans.
Human tribe. So Luis's words.
Humans. Okay, cool.
There is no human tribe. Tribes, as we know them today, did not exist.
See, there we go.
We were
Fucking
all
A.
one people. Humankind.
I don't know how they deviated where some grow wings and one's a little rabbit katana, man, but all right. I had a hunch that this was gonna be a thing. Even though the tribes are very different and you could just chalk it up to like fantasy, it's like, yeah, these are like different biological organisms or whatever. But it's like, no, it diverged somehow, somewhere along the way. I wonder if they're gonna explain the nitty-gritty of that. But yeah, it makes sense that if the distant past was an ancient civilization, how did it end up being where it's split up to this all this variety and stuff, like, and then like in the you have magic, magla, dragons, so who knows, right? They could explain it any sort of way. I just, cool. We're all one people, humankind. So yeah, distant past. And maybe that book is somehow referencing that distant past, and it's not just a fable, like some like manufactured like fiction from that guy in the Mage Academy or whatever. Like,
A world united. But wait, the ruins on Virga Island, there's nothing left of the civilization today. Was it destroyed? Why?
yeah, these are the big questions, bro. I want to know.
War. One that all but destroyed the world past. But its destruction was born of the discovery of Magla. Or as you call it today, magic.
So you see how like they say if you like nuclear holocaust, that's gonna be the end of humanity. That's an invention that like could increase the likelihood of extinction events. You could also say the same thing with AI. So if humanity discovered what this game is considering discovery of Magla, magic, yeah, I could. They probably went off, bro. They probably had the craziest battles ever, and then yeah, they couldn't help themselves. Just like use Megalodian.
You wonder what they battled over. Without the divided tribes, what could they have disagreed on?
Oh, I know. Anything. Literally anything. You take your pick. How big your nose is, your eyes a little bit spaced out, skin color, gender, how tall you are, how short you are, class, like you're rich, poor. Oh, make some shit up too, like, oh, facial hair, no facial hair. Like if all the other shit, we'll find something. It's that's how you know it's bullshit, because it's like literally just making shit up and just latching onto something just for the sake of having something to latch on to fester and foster to create that disagreement and sow that chaos.
They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible.
Oh, they're all virtue signaling.
Destroyed only themselves.
They're all good and shit.
The idea of absolute rightness is born.
If all of us are good,
that fear
none of us are good.
World and gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before. They were racked by division over the abstract, undefinable idea of rightness. They tried to destroy something invisible and destroyed only themselves.
You see how our society is like so obsessed with like virtue signaling and essentially being like on the right side of any sort of topic, controversial, otherwise, whatever, social, like, you know, and then like being on the right side of history and being like the good moral victors, being in the right. It's like, well, what happens when all of the people are in the right and then the people that like subsets think other people are in the wrong while they're in the right? Well, there you go. You don't need skin color. You don't need any obvious super like visual. There's so many ways you could basically introduce chaos. It's actually ridiculous. That's why it's like makes more sense to, I guess, focus on like the betterment and enlightenment of the population as opposed to like trying to constantly like condition them to steer away from this way of thinking or that way of thinking or this bad point or that bad point or whatever. I don't know. Gotta wake up, dog. Gotta wake up now. Let me hear her say this again.
And any idea of absolute rightness is born of fear.
Yeah, fear of being cancelled.
That fear flooded the world.
Dang.
And gave way to war. And their age of prosperity came to be called the world before.
And then in people's righteousness, they could justify stuff too. It's crazy, bro. Like, there's history, all that stuff. It's not even, you don't even need to look at history. You could just look at today. Like, you know, just look at the news. Like, you don't really need to look at like far back. It's literally an uninterrupted pattern of values and behavior and like actions. Anyways.
The people we now call tribes were either born of artificial division for the sake of the war effort, or natural adaptation to survive the
Right, how do we get rabbit people? How do we go from humans to rabbits? Humanity was torn apart by fear and anxiety, giving rise to the tribes as we know them.
Unbelievable. We've met plenty of people caught up in pointless conflicts. Given the choice, I know they'd rather live in a world without tribal division. And yet the truth is, that world's already fallen apart. More than that, it's how we all got here.
The truth is, it doesn't matter which way you go about it. This part could have been first and led to that, if you know what I'm like. If it still wouldn't really matter. But let's see what the game has to say.
Such drastic.
Their messaging is actually like much more hopeful than the kind of shit I might think of.
Physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla, however, it was only a matter of a scant few centuries. You understand now, yes? We, the Elder, are the survivors of the old world. Our ancestors fled the flames of war and thus escaped the ensuing divisions.
That means the prince, that is to say, I am a scion of both the old world and the new.
It beggars belief. Tis nothing short of astounding. But then, why do we know these monsters as humans?
So what, Magla? Hold on, this line. Such drastical physical changes would normally have taken eons to effect. Accelerated by Magla accelerated evolution essentially, and that's what like accelerated the visual differences between the tribes, biological differences, one having wings and another having a third eye, you know.
By the war's end, both sides were consumed by fear. Their magical assaults escalated with each retaliation, until it was beyond all control. Our world became a hell. Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. By now, I'm sure you know that better than you ever wished to. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes in the war of magic.
Rampant Magla distorts the body and mind. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that's succumbed. Oh, okay, I get it. It's like, all right. Broken, horrifying testaments to their own mistakes, and so it's like mutations from the Magla of that, like those. I don't want to make that reference. It'd be a spoiler for that. But there's certain yeah, I'm not gonna say it. Fuck it. Humans are what remains of that branch of humankind that succumbed to melancholia.
Some persist, breed, and multiply as any beast does.
Yeah, they like
Others
deviated.
live centuries of agony before their lives burn out. Even we do not know the full scope of their nature.
But they used to be human slash
When the 8
Eldens.
tribes settled in this land, our claim to the human legacy was forgotten. To the people, the name only meant slavering.
And that's how it happened.
Monsters. Therefore, we took on an alias instead. The same one by which we are known today.
Right.
The Elder.
So, the old world couldn't control its
See?
magic.
Once again, like someone summarizes it to try to like make sure they understand it.
All this revisionist history to spread their magic igniters.
Indeed, what are magic igniters to you? Tools for the church to shackle the people, perhaps? Or weapons that hide magic's true potential? Am I close to the mark?
Both, but
In
the
truth,
latter
it's
is
the opposite. Igniters are tools made to limit magic. Restraints made in self-discipline, meant to avert a repeat of history's destructive mistakes.
Yeah, so they don't want you to embrace magic like that. So they just have that invention where it's like, yeah, you can use magic, but it's like basically like capped and shit. Meanwhile, our archetype shit is like absolutely demolishing like all of these igniters' capabilities.
The Sanctus Church of today is muddied by greed, but its faith was born of good intentions. They once urged self-control, and thus control of one's personal magic. At times, they preached we must close our eyes to the truth when it would only lead us to ruin. By this benign tenet, history was obscured, and the Elder denounced.
I had no idea. There's a grim irony in that.
His Majesty only hid his son's ancestry to protect him. Yet in the end, that meant Forden could attack the village under any pretext he liked, his motives concealed.
With all that said, you have now reclaimed your true form. The friends that stand with you are of different tribes and ideologies, but of one mind. As you are now, you may walk the path of the rightful king. The path of a modern world, where the tribes walk as individuals, yet with mutual respect and cooperation.
The sovereign's power, thou king to be, entrusted with the will of the people. To bear their hopes is to be their rock in the storm, and to face anxiety in their names.
Give me the best archetype or something.
Anxiety itself is not something to blindly reject or desperately cast away. It begins with a simple thing, acknowledging its existence. Accept thy weakness, walk forward alongside it, and thou wilt grow strong and true in its company.
There is weakness in people. I'm sure there are many who would say that helping anyone in need is nothing but a fantasy.
And besides...
But realistic or not, I refuse to accept Louise's methods as the alternative. The weak and those who dissent don't deserve to die out as though that's the natural order. Yeah. Lag. Lag. Trophy. Study the Prince archetype. My determination to challenge the unknown has awakened the heroic embodiment of the Prince.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. If no one understands me right away, I accept that. There will still be meaning in showing them my convictions in the fight to come.
Let's fight.
That is my mission.
That's it. I've made up my mind. I'm with you to the end, no matter what.
Where's this coming from?
Before we got there, this guiding voice thing told me my duties were over. But what am I gonna do? Just go, okay, bye? Especially after we've come this far together? No. I'm going to face Luis with you, even if it is scary.
Even you've got to cope with anxiety, eh?
I've realized something in our travels. Anxiety can lead people astray. but overcoming it makes a person stronger. There's always anxiety in the unknown. I know what it's like to be afraid of something I don't understand. That's why I think it's my duty to help people face and connect with their anxiety. Is that okay? From now on, it's not about orders. I'm with you, because I want to be.
Counting on you.
I'll be counting on you as always.
Same here. Stick close to me.
He sounded more normal now. But like that other line, he had like a weird, like regal, like
We're past the
accent.
worst of it, but the problem remains. Luis's dark magic. We've seen it turn the boy into a monster. And no doubt he can do it again.
Yeah, what the heck is that?
Forbidden spell. Turning sane mortals into the fearsome human monsters. In other words, a destabilizing magic. Turning a person's magla into a
That's how he's gonna turn everyone to humans.
This man named Luis. He may have his own past in this ancient sanctum.
Luis has been here? What do you know of him?
What do you wish to know?
What is this forbidden spell?
What is this forbidden spell?
The essence of magic is in the control of magla. However, just as its chaos may be calmed, it can also be deliberately pushed out of control. That was what you saw. He whipped your innate magic to a frenzy and you were lost to melancholia.
Okay,
Just as the
simple
humans of the
explanation makes
ancient
sense.
war once were. In every age, the cause and effect are the same. People learn fear, become slaves to their anxiety, suffer.
Ah, that's
And
okay.
thus, the power of magic is born.
Pardon me. You mean to say
Anxiety is the source of
all magic?
Magla is a substance born of the heart, generated when one feels anxiety or fear. By certain means, it may be kindled into power.
Really?
That is what
Dang,
we
I'd be
call
pretty good at
magic.
magic then.
In this way, it is by virtue of the anxiety in our hearts that we gain the power to overcome it. Magic is a natural process, and anxiety is its
Interesting.
invaluable, irreducible fuel. But in turn, those burdened with more anxiety and fear produce more and more magla from their hearts. Without the willpower to face your fear, the magla overflows. Uncontrollable by magic, it can give rise to strange and terrible happenings as it manifests, with the world embroiled in chaos. These outbursts of swollen magic may be happening all across our kingdom.
'Tis the answer to everything. The melancholia crystals, the beasts driven feral. The very land is erupting with the weight of its people's fears.
Hold on. If Luis's art is rooted in bringing out this chaos, then anyone might be next. He said he became a monster because he's elder, but that wasn't the complete story. If what you say is true...
Indeed. All people today are ultimately descendants of humankind. If Luis so
Right.
chooses, he could turn anyone into a human monster.
Right.
Yet as long as you have the strength to confront your fears, even this transformation may be defied and overcome. What do you wish to know?
Tell me about Luis.
Who exactly is Luis?
Every time I heard of his doings in the wider world,
Ah, okay, yeah, all right.
that Luis is from this village. His knowledge of humans, his
Yeah, the
skills in
human
magic,
knowledge.
his grasp of darker arts.
Yeah, all three. Yeah,
They're
there you
all
go. Bang,
beyond
bing,
a mere
bing.
soldier to begin with. However
bing, bing, bing,
prodigious,
bing, bing.
as it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire,
Rogers, his
there was one by the name of
Gauntlet Runner's name.
a family
Wait,
of
she pronounced it correctly. Hold
As
on.
it happens, a name does occur. Among those old families who perished in the fire, There was one by the name of Caradrius.
Caradrius. Okay, I was pronouncing it completely wrong. I was saying Charadrius. Caradrius.
Doctors, I believe. In an effort to better heal the ills of the people, they had studied spells much like the ones he now exploits. The details are long since lost to the fire. But if Luis bears
Yeah,
our
so there's more to Luis. I want to hear
that may
his
be the
backstory.
reason for his vast knowledge.
Wait. What about Luis's ambition? The vision Rella saw? Do you think he actually wants to turn everyone in the kingdom into humans?
There is no known magic strong enough to turn many people at once, and none that can be cast quickly.
Even if it was possible, I don't know what it would accomplish. But this is Luis we're talking about. Who knows what he's thinking?
But if he would turn people into humans, if in the unlikely event that happens...
If there is any motive for such cruelty, it can only be hatred. If Luis is truly from this village, then their fire would have cost him everything. Such unjust tragedy could easily beget a thirst for
shit, he's
revenge,
pissed,
even
huh?
if it meant wielding a magic that twisted life into something terrible, instead of uplifting it. Indeed, it
Opposite
seems
of
the
an
opposite
archetype.
of an archetype. A truly dark power.
Who goes there? Someone flees!
That's him. The malformed assassin who struck at the prince. He's bound for the woods.
After him!
He's like almost an hour of dialogue and cutscenes. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Fairies can just
I beg your pardon.
be invisible. The sword once belonged to the prince, did it not? Though I suppose now that suppose now that makes you its rightful owner. One glance and I could tell you still use it even now. Not only for combat, but for sword surfing as well. That sword was a gift from Her Highness, our queen, and your mother. She was quite skilled with it. Free-spirited as she was, she'd fly about the forest, much to the ire of Lady Grude, or whatever, however you pronounce her name. Any doubts concerning your lineage are disproved by this blade and how you use it. You are indeed Her Highness's flesh and blood. Huh, really? Nice. Just because of the sword riding? Wait, we got the prince archetype.
What now?
Oh, look at him. He has the white hair now. Dang, he's updated across the board. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, holy. Let me see. Ooh. Nice. Adds 4 turn icon. Oh, I'm doing the thing the bosses are doing. What? Once per battle? That's still good. Royal Slash deals extreme physical almighty damage to one enemy. Damage boosted against humans. Yeah, this is sick. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's the best move in the game. That's the best move in the game. It takes 4 crystals, 99 MP, deals 9,999 damage to all enemies. It's called Armageddon's Final Sire. It needs 3 allies as well as the main character being the royal archetype. So you need 4 royal archetypes. That's fucking crazy, bro. That's the best move in the game. There's maybe there's something else later or whatever, but that is easily the best move. Holy shit. I need an item, Chronicle of the End. Oh, I can't even use it like that, huh? Dang. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Significantly decreases attack. All right, cool, perfect. We're switching to this.
Behold,
Behold.
I walk a royal path.
I walk a royal path. Okay, do these guys get access to right here? Like, where is it? Oh yeah, okay. They don't have access to it yet. Only only Will does. All right, cool. That's fine. That's fine.
All right then.
There's too much to take.
Don't. Where did he run to?
Oh, now this I...
What in?
So is everyone safe? We've had no casualties. However, we were swept aside like pebbles, unworthy of even a glance. I could do nothing but watch. I was powerless against them.
No.
Is this Zorba? There was little else that could have been done. Responsible as they were for the downfall of the resistance, any move we might have made would have resulted in needless sacrifices. I believe the intruder sensed the power of the prince's awakening and came to investigate. I don't know why he would have run away. Yeah, he's probably gonna go report to Luis, but surely he has a plan. Tread carefully, please, or he'll ambush me outside. Probably Zorba.
All right. What now?
Oh no, okay, whatever.
Ready?
You need to hurry after attack. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's go. It's Zorba, see?
Stop!
You. Zorba. So it was you behind the attack?
Indeed it was. I killed the prince, though he died all too easily. And the odd thing was, his aura felt awfully similar.
I got my own kind of necromancy.
So I decided to bide my time a while and listen. And it's a good thing I did. There really is something stranger going on. Who are you? Are you the prince or not? Whatever your answer, I must report back to Lord Luis.
Do you have any idea what Luis is really scheming? If he becomes king, everyone in this country is doomed.
If that is what Lord Luis so desires, then I shall see it done.
It's almost impressive how blind your faith in him is.
I suppose it's just easier to follow instead of thinking for himself. He's forgotten anything he really wants.
What do you intend to do? The crown is too heavy a burden for your reedy frame. Lord Luis is the true king, who will save the worthy. And you are nothing but a powerless imposter, only fit to be sacrificed.
He is no imposter, fiend. His Highness has finally taken his first steps on the road to victory. Here, at his journey's end, after enduring these countless hardships, he has become a true successor, a true ruler. Because he knows the people's suffering firsthand.
Well, imposter or not, it's all the same if he's a corpse. And so I shall return the prince and his dying legacy to the underworld, where they belong.
Bastard! I wondered why you ran away, but it was all to lure us straight to this monstrosity.
Keep your guard up. The Melancholia is fueling his magic power.
We've come too far to be stopped by something like him. Let's put our power on full display.
You have to see this.
This guy shows up again just when we've unlocked some new power. Kinda feels like fate by now.
Yeah, video
Okay,
games.
Time for a
Am I
new
right?
fight. Stay on your toes.
Prince is an archetype exclusive to the protagonist. You can now change it out as you wish. It can act as support for all synthesis skills. It has unique traits not found in other archetypes, but none of its skills can be transferred.
All right, let's take it down and then get after Zorba.
Looks sick.
No, to the rear guard. Time for some close. Let's work together.
Holy, look at this. This guy has everything.
Not this. Come forth, royal soul.
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
Be neither commander.
This is just what I need!
I owe you.
Much thanks.
No holding back! The power of light! Oh, please!
I won't hold back.
I'm counting on you!
Let's do this!
The general's command may turn the tides of war. Hidden are.
Holy bro.
Fortify.
Fuck, that was the most damage I've seen.
My thanks.
Thanks.
I shall vanquish evil. Savior! Are you well?
I knew you'd help.
My thanks.
It's okay. Let's work together.
Here, Dad.
We'll team up.
Know my power. Know my power.
Applause, please.
Amazing. Easy.
I'll strive for greater heights.
More strength.
I shall rise to
I can
Even tremble.
I am most certainly stronger than I was.
The bastard got away.
I say, you chaps boggle the mind. It's no mean feat to fight on even footing with a human.
I'd hope.
We're all humans, though.
You may yet have the power to face Luis at his full strength.
It's good to see you're safe. We've certainly taken these powers a long way. Maybe we thought ourselves invincible. But don't worry. At long last, the prince is safe. In a manner of speaking. Everything's going according to plan.
Still, what's our next move? The people think you a monster. We'll not find any public backing like this.
Alces once said that His Highness the Prince was a soul born into adversity. He is royalty and elder both, heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. He is water and fire, in condemned conflux.
It's a sick way of putting it.
Comes that His Highness may be revered as the good ruler he can be, then the world will truly be free of prejudice. And that, he said, is why we fight.
In his own words, huh? We have to fight for what he believed in. All the more reason we can't turn from this.
Right.
Heir to the legacies of heaven and earth. The song of ice and fire, fire and ice, water and fire. Anyways.
Right.
Years of prejudice won't go away overnight. Nothing could accomplish that. But if we don't believe things can change, they never will.
Come what may, my life is a shield raised in your highness's name. Are you prepared to fight Luis to the bitter end?
Duh. Let us fight together.
We fight him together.
Yes. By our efforts, we will stop Luis's reign.
If he ends up king, he'll be sending all traitors to the gallows. Not just us, but any innocent folks he doesn't find use for.
We've lost too many lives along this journey, and if Louis has his way with the world, such partings would become all too common. We have to stop him.
Look, I'm never giving up hope either, okay? All we have to do is beat him, right?
Yeah, we already beat him twice. I hope he'll sing a victory song.
Looking forward to the victory song.
Well, we've got bigger things to worry about now. But I can't wait to sing it.
You... I'm still amazed. You really do look just like your mother. Truly, you are a child of fate. Your mother, she loved your father, and you with all her heart. The injustice that befell this village is not your fault. But listen well. Once you leave this village, you cannot return until you have fulfilled your ambitions. After all, an old crone like me can't take care of you forever. If you want to overcome your hardest challenges, you'll have to face them yourself. The world's fate is in your hands. Please, put an end to the tragedies of humankind's failures.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
Our final battle lies ahead.
Final battle.
We cannot lose. Yet, before all else, His Highness has only just awoken. Let us rest in the Gauntlet Runner for today, and advance to the royal capital tomorrow.
It's a bit strange, isn't it? I was convinced we'd been together for a long time. But I can't believe we've only just met. The beginning of my journey may have been a false memory. But my journey with you and the memories we've made, those are all real. Well, guess I'm repeating myself. But I'm glad we're working together.
Likewise.
Likewise. I'm glad to be your ally.
Yep. Though, I guess our toughest challenge is next.
Having overcome her trial, I can sense newfound conviction from Gallica as both an ally and a friend. Back me up,
The
fam.
mystical fairy.
Oh, her final rank.
Gallica. She who still keeps the virtues of the mage. Your tempered bond has become a fire-forged trust. Thus, a new pinnacle of heroism awakens within thee. By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
We've got the path to tomorrow in front of us,
Elemental Master
and I'm
and
gonna lead the
Warlock,
way.
okay. During squad battles, you may gain extra turn icons. Alright, cool. That's great.
When things get tough, remember this magic. The music meant for you will play in your head.
This is the magic of music that Gallica cast for me once. Now that I think about it, it may have helped me in ways I didn't realize.
By the way, the Chieftess told me something about your novel. Apparently your parents gave you that book when you were still just a kid. I wonder what your parents wanted you to get from reading it. What they hoped for you, I guess. I suppose you'll have to find out for yourself.
This book is the legacy of my parents, the late king of Uchronia and the queen of the Elden Sanctum. Okay. Perhaps the utopia depicted in this book wasn't a mere fantasy, but ideas of the old world passed down in the Sanctum. There we go.
The part we're reading today is the last chapter. It's about the ruler of this ideal world. Let's read it together.
Oh, I'm tired, but this is so good. I finally got good answers. Like really, really good answers.
The last chapter is about the ruler of a utopia. The one who governs this utopia must have an unwavering will. To maintain justice in this world, there are innumerable obstacles to overcome. Yet, as long as one lives by their ideals, those who support them are sure to follow. A utopia is not the creation of a single mind or a single power. It is a world shaped by all its people. The last part sounds a little more metaphorical. There's a little more. However, even a utopia may one day fray at the edges, and its people may come to conflict over the question of what is right. What is a true utopia? What is a true ruler? None have yet found the answers to these questions.
Then true utopia has never been achieved. The so-called utopia depicted within the novel was based on the old world, but it fell into ruin and was destroyed by war. So if this book traces the trajectory of the old world, are these truly the ideals we're striving for? It seems rather the opposite.
So even the author of this book struggled with these questions. And if you become king, you'll have plenty of tough questions and struggles to face yourself. Lady Gruaday mentioned the king was a real idealist when he first arrived at the village, that little by little, the pains of reality crushed his hope. And he even lost his son. In the end, his will was broken. He didn't lift a finger to stop the church's rise to power. With that in mind, I can honestly see why people would be drawn to Luis. His values are radical and cruel, but he's devoted to them. Unshakable, even. But we can't lose either. For the sake of everyone who has believed in us along the way.
Even if I were to win the throne, there's no guarantee my idealistic vision could ever become a reality.
Right.
And yet, what choice is there but to believe in them and fight on? The alternative is to accept that nothing will change.
You've got the power to change the world. And the one who gave it to you was...
Yourself.
Yourself. And that's what I'm going to help you with. That's my mission. My real mission. And I'm going to see it through.
After discussing the novel and our ideas with Gallica, I closed my eyes. Oh, this guy. Academia. It seems that I've been summoned by Moore in a dream.
I saw what happened. So, you found a way to unequivocally shape your destiny. As far as I know, there is no record of your newly acquired archetype ever being used, even in ancient times. An archetype whose existence was only theoretical, known to some scholars as the magic of true sovereignty. Indeed, a power of legend. I once said that to be elder was your inescapable fate. However, it seems the truth was more complex than that. Magic is a process by which we confront fate and tame anxiety. And archetypes are its essence.
I like how they word it. Actually, it's all really well done. It's well written, bro. Honestly. Like, good job, Atlas. Like, holy.
They are manifestations of a resolve capable of heroic virtue. So that... What do you think is the foremost, most inescapable fate
death
a person must bear?
Death.
The foremost fate? I'm not really sure.
You exist.
But for me to be me.
Be alive.
And for you to be you? Or something like that.
Indeed. It is birth.
Birth.
That is inescapable.
Yeah.
You cannot choose who you are born to. And once your familial place is determined,
that's
that
true,
fate
yeah.
cannot be changed. Yet by some strange tangle of destiny, you were given a choice that the very act of existence denies most people. By your own will, you were born as a prince. Do you understand? You stand on the threshold of truly becoming a ruler.
not as an unearned title of bloodline's chance, nor as a mere authority over people. You have taken control of your life. You are ready to rule your very self. That is what it truly means to be a hero. And it is the crux of the power that is awakened within you. What glorious coincidence indeed, that I, as a scholar of archetypes, might cross paths with and witness such a remarkably fated boy. It almost bespeaks.
Indeed. 'Tis his hands that bear our fate.
Who?
It's the same voice. Right, she's here too, huh?
I remember. I know that I know this voice. Had I forgotten it all this time?
Is it the cat?
Yes. I swear I've heard it before. And I let it slip from my mind. Who are you? You with this voice that moves hearts. Speak. Who are you? Why have you awakened this boy to his power?
If it is answers you seek, then go and claim them.
Are you? Could you be?
As for you, I bid thee awaken. Move onward to thy final ordeal. Take thy place at the final proving of the ascension of kings.
Consciousness faded away and I was sent back to my sleep. I'm reminded that Moore was the author of the fantasy novel. Has Moore visited the ancient Elden Sanctum? Yeah, there's more. There's more to that character too. He's been evolved though. Like just like the whole amnesia thing is pretty suspect, right? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, all our preparations are just about set. Now that this is actually happening, I've got some pre-show jitters.
All this royalty? It always felt they lived in a different world to the likes of me. Never figured I'd be walking alongside one myself.
'Tis proof that bloodline decides nothing. We are one people living in a shared world.
Looks like this is gonna be our last mission. Any final words you want to say?
Stand strong to the end.
We can't give up. Stand strong to the end. Of course. No way we're losing here. I've got the fire in my eyes now.
About the new stuff you've felt and learned since becoming the prince. Can I ask you one more thing? Why is it that you want to be king? It's not about honor or power, is it?
I want to protect this country and its people.
'Tis the answer I hoped for. As your knight, I will ever serve you with all my soul and ability.
Well, I guess this means we're ready as we're gonna be.
Finally. 1+ hours of cutscenes in a boss fight. Anime cutscenes up the wazoo. And we're finally done. The ancient Elden Sanctum. And we're ready to move on to back to Grand Trad.
This place here.
Let's move.
Or can I go somewhere else? Oh no, Grand Trad.
Let's move.
Yeah, we'll stop,
You see?
Louise. I doubt all in Grand Trad will give us a warm reception. Still, we should choose not to fight. Then Louise's victims only pile higher.
Yeah.
Easy to say will help anyone, but doing it's a whole other thing. All the more reason we gotta prove we're serious by putting our lives on the line. We'll lead by example. Besides, it won't be the first time we've crawled our way up from the bottom.
After having made so many sacrifices, the group has gained new powers and ascertained new truths. Their arch-enemy, Luis, already has one hand on the throne. Even so, they march ever forward, spirits rekindled by battle. They head to Grand Trad, for the fight is far from over.
That Elden boy is nowhere to be found. I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Speaking of which, I don't see the general. The voice of the pro-Luis faction became too overwhelming. He was ultimately forced out of his position. Why is this happening? Even if the Sanctus Church's favor has collapsed, why is it that Luis alone is reaping the benefits?
Why are you guys both so old but they're princes?
The public mind is the same as it's always been. It's too difficult to find answers in themselves, so they follow those who provide. We've certainly relied on that ourselves.
It's always easier to follow than to have to make all the risks yourself. Now that we are out of ideas, what can we do? Can you imagine Luis on the throne? Can you imagine what he'd do with us? We'd be the first on the chopping block. Do we hide? Run? Our ships are in port.
Is this really the time for idle chit-chat?
Who are you?
Just a passing wastrel. Thought I'd drop in for a word since I was in the area. You might have one way to survive.
Well then, let us depart.
Lord Luis, your pardon. We've encountered an unexpected snag. I killed the prince in the Elden village. I confirmed his death, yet it appears the boy candidate has merged with his corpse. It seems the prince is now resurrected.
Even the villains explaining it.
Resurrected?
Yes, and what's more...
In a different way too. Maybe, albeit a bit inaccurate.
The boy candidate was the actual prince after all. Something about his soul having traveled independently and then returning to his corporeal body.
There you go.
I see. So his ideal form was spun from Magla.
There you go.
Whatever the case, this means the land's true prince has reawakened in his sanctum. How interesting. After these long years, my chase may finally come to an end. My nemesis awaits.
Nemesis.
Lord Luis, what is it about that bastard that fascinates you?
He just came back from the dead. That don't fascinate.
I have to do better.
Mr. Necromancer.
I need more power. I will show Lord Luis I am worthy of his gaze.
Oh God.
We'll soon be arriving above the royal capital.
Excellent. As planned, increase altitude and enter the royal palace in the sky.
Are you certain? We'll be heading directly to His Majesty, the former king, and...
Here we go.
Rest assured. That old fool
This is probably the final area.
Now. Proceed.
Which, I mean, makes sense.
Understood.
The royal palace. The shit was
Let the
flying
final
on
banquet begin.
Yeah, there you go. Final banquet at the royal palace that flew off the fucking ground from the beginning of the game.
Come on, any takers? Any bets for the other candidates? Remember, if Luis loses, a silver coin could turn into mountains of Reef.
What are you trying to say? You think Count Luis is going to lose?
Oh no, of course not. I'll just say.
I'll call that bet. All in on His Highness the Prince.
Yeah, good. You're a smart one. You know.
A Sanctus bigwig gambling away his tides? This really is the end of the world. Didn't know his esteemed princeliness had any supporters left.
I mean, he's not really the prince, is he? Was actually a monster in disguise all along. Haven't you heard the news? The times we live in, I'll tell you.
Must be tough, being an easy mark. It didn't take much for you to buy everything Luis was selling.
I know, right?
The fireworks went off the moment he said, "Behold." Remember? You don't think there's any chance Luis orchestrated the entire thing?
Oi, churchman! You've seen Count Luis lie to us? You think he cast some big illusion?
An illusion, eh? What if I said it's a power more dangerous than that? Always struck me as odd. We all know Luis, the mighty human slayer, but how does he keep finding the things
he transforms
one after another? Seems a bit convenient, if you ask me. Like he knows in advance where these monsters will appear to cause havoc.
Easy to nitpick and gripe about him, isn't it, churchman? Maybe someone needs to shut you up.
All right. Let's keep things civil, eh? No sense becoming a monster yourself.
Oi! What's all this fuss about? Damn it! When Count Luis is king,
you'll all be the first at the gallows. You'll die just like Forden.
Well, they're probably just as anxious as the rest of us. All that yelling and thrashing helps fight it off. Humans have been sighted near the capital, after all.
It's more than that. Pockets of society have resented the upper class for ages now, but this might be the spark that lights the kindling. Luis's respect for power is certainly cruel, but it's fair to an extent. Those of us pushing the status quo have always struggled to understand the opinion.
Even then, everyone's on edge. They'll jump at any excuse to argue and snarl at each other. Never seen it this bad. Not normal, I say.
Blind fanaticism and doom go hand in hand.
Hard, bro. Holy.
If we don't find some common ground soon, it'll collapse beneath us. Luis left saying that he'd be waiting at the royal capital. Only one place he could be. All eyes are on his Skyrunner as it rises to the flying palace. What are we about to see?
Final dungeon, final boss, ending.
Ah, the royal palace. It's been a while. Do you hear me, O king? Stubborn and deathless? This country is distorted. You and the other titled authorities decide who grows fat and who is devoured. The country knows no war only because our very core is built upon a system of societal predator and prey. It cannot be defied from within. That is peace, but not order. Hand over the royal scepter. The game is over. The country needs change, and I will provide it.
Thou impertinent faith breaker, hast thou no shame in preempting the day of judgment?
Do you presume yourself a god? Is that why you wrought your face in stone and took it to the heavens? You're nothing. Just an ordinary, broken old man.
How wouldst thou wield the king's magic? To what end?
To purify all that your kind have left to rot. You threw away your ideals, but I will never make that mistake.
Only the people's chosen may take the throne. The royal scepter and its resting place remain beyond you.
This royal scepter, the royal magic. Did you think that only generations of kings were aware of their secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? Listen well, O king. The truth behind the royal magic. Huh. So it's true. The country truly is putrid with sin. In other words, if I took hold of it now, then I would have the power to change the world itself.
How didst thou learn of this?
How?
Thou wert Elder.
He's
You're not
Elden?
always blind to this country's rot. When you visited our sanctum, I saw and knew the passion in your heart. And yet, what happened to our village? What happened to this country?
Nah, this guy's... This guy was pretending to be Clamar the whole time, bro. And I'm assuming they didn't actually outright didn't say it, but did you think that only generations of kings were aware of the secrets? Why someone can manipulate world-changing power by use of only a single scepter? Why only those supported by the people can use it? I think this magic uses like the entirety of the society's anxiety So you see the royal magic that like made it so you can't kill the people. It's because it's like probably like powered by the, you know, the people itself. They don't want to see the leader chosen in that sort of way, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. They'll explain it. This game has explained everything like in more ways than one. Multiple different characters' perspectives, different points and stuff. So definitely expect it to. Very, very thorough, and they turned all the stones and they did a pretty good job. This is good writing. What did he say before? Yeah, okay. We'll find out soon enough.
You cannot stop me any longer.
So he's Elden.
Nor can anyone else.
That's sick. Now the protag and the hero and the villain are both Elden. Oh, what is this place? Oh, look at the throne. Okay, cool.
Snatching victory from the maw of catastrophe, the party descends again on the royal capital, Grand Trad, but they are greeted only by ominous skies. Their return hardly counts as a triumph, considering how they departed. Anticipating conflict, the Gauntlet Runner comes to a quiet stop.
This man was Elden the whole time. Holy. I mean, we just got a bit of hints that he could be, right? Because
the sky.
He's from the, you know, but like the horns, he just had.
Monster boys come back. Ah, that's why the sky's grown so hellish. The half-dead bastard returns with his head held high.
A more aggressive welcome than I expected. Would any introductions help them to understand?
It's useless. Words are cheap.
Words are cheap, yet Louise uses words to convince him to be like
instead
this.
of trying to keep our heads down.
True enough.
Well, I mean, he did use magic to transform me into a monster.
The prince returns. Luis distorted his form through strange and terrible magics, but the curse is now dispelled. His true form has been restored.
Oi, if that's really His Highness, then tell us why in His Majesty in the sky stop all this bloodshed?
Because he's an imposter! Just like Count Louis said! You're not fool us again, beast!
Oi, calm down. At least listen.
And you! Never thought I'd see one of the Magnus brothers standing against Count Luis, even the thick one. He took in a Paribus like you, and you spit on him. Scum! Only thing traitors deserve is a tight rope and a stiff beam. And you want us to support the prince?
Lady Juna, I can't believe this. I admired you. Why would you risk dying alongside some fake prince?
I don't intend on dying with anyone. Besides, I'm still me, whoever I'm standing with.
Hey, you chief! Weren't you the wretch who got kicked out of the knighthood? Now you're with this pack of throne chasers. Shame! Shame! Mustari girl! You ungrateful pagan! Count Luis brought down the Sanctus Church for you!
How dare you strike out at him?
They're all traitors, I say!
What is all this? The truth of the prince hardly matters to them. Every one of them's only concerned with their own emotions and nothing else.
We'll have your heads on pikes soon enough. Leave! Get out of our royal capital!
If they're just monsters, we can deal with them ourselves. How about it?
This is bad. They really are out for our blood. Has everyone gone insane?
Oi, over here! Don't bother with them. No talking this one out. You need to run, now!
Holy, there's so much cutscenes, bro. We're 1 hour and 30 minutes
from the city that long.
Like recording wise.
What happened? Why are all the people so bloodthirsty now?
The prince turning into a monster before their eyes still lingers in their minds. After all, a monster entered into their society disguised as a person.
No, that's not...
I know, it's not true. But truth and how it appears to the citizens are different beasts. Moreover, humans have been sighted closer than ever before. The royal capital's populace is unused to danger, so they've become suspicious of each other. How fares your neighbor? Do you run in circles with monsters in disguise? Are questions on the tip of every tongue. Ever since Forden's death, Luis has everyone on a knife edge. He's erratic, and nobody knows how he'll react to those who defy him if push comes to shove.
So, at the core of it, people are scared witless, and they cling to Luis as a savior, rather than the devil he is.
You well know that Luis cares not one whit about social status, especially as a token of birthright. No amount of wealth or standing can buy his protection. So even those who may have opposed him at first now counsel that condemning him would be imprudent, as it puts their safety at risk.
Then we're stuffed. He won't save anyone, and oh yeah, he can create humans, by the way.
Oh, that's all true then. I had my suspicions, but it's still a bit of a jolt. This all said, in my humble opinion, what we're seeing in the people now has been in the works for some time. Now, has the tournament for the throne truly ever been a fair contest? The Sanctus Church bent it to its whim, and I abetted that. To my shame. Before I met you people, I didn't have much to me but anger and quips. I'd rant and snipe and have my cynical little discourse, but I'd only looked to others for change. Now maybe that outlook's our real enemy. Blind fanaticism, like I had. Even if there's no malice to it, it's a dangerous thing. Hard to think clear when your mind's a muddy stream.
We've been told Magla is born from people's anxiety. Perhaps the proof is now before our eyes.
Kind of ironic. But we have to do something about it. If we don't, they'll never listen. We'll only ever be seen as an enemy.
I had the inn prepared. They won't let anyone in but you lot. Let's head there for now, shall we?
Holy, bro. So much shocking in cutscenes. Like, actually, there's like one boss fight. It's like percentage base wise, it's like that 5% was a boss fight and 95% was like cutscenes, anime talking. Nearest is heading back to the Gauntlet Runner. It seems like the city has calmed down, at least a tiny bit. They'd have a hard time wrecking our Gauntlet Runner, but we still shouldn't chance it.
All right.
We should make our way over to the Hush Honeybee. Everyone else has already gone ahead. Okay, we are officially free. Well, not really free. It's still like linear stuff to do, so I guess we should go do that. Or I could save and call it, which I'm save at least, and yeah, I think I'll call it. Well, that was something else, bro. And this definitely would have I would have not been able to do the previous stream without getting cut off. That was a whole hour and a half after getting to that point already. You know, those opportunities I had to save and stuff, I might as well have ended it there. So I don't even know if we go to that red dot right there right now, it could be like another hour or two of like cutscenes and stuff happening. Right now we're in the linear segment. We can't even see what other people are doing because everyone would be doing the same thing at this point in time, and it's linear and you have no real options. But yeah, so much plot reveals, new archetype. Seems like it's one of the best, if not the best. The characters like explained everything like 5 ways from Sunday, because like honestly, bro, in most games nowadays, the story, like let's say it's a time travel thing, it's like they chalk up the time travel to maybe like not even a paragraph, really. It's like maybe 3 lines. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like thinking of like Kingdom Hearts or some shit. Or it's like it's not satisfactorily explained, or like illustrated or anything. Like they don't really do a good job in a lot of those games where it's like, so the plot twist is like, it's like they're dealing with complex concepts, complicated, convoluted order of events, or just like, you know, this is like they tried. I think each character took a turn in explaining what happened there just now. Like literally each character, that lady floating, the older Yugif guy, and then everyone in our team, and then also Louise and Zorba. Like literally every one of them. Like, that's what it seemed like. And then the anime cutscene with the lady's voice and stuff, to just over and over reiterate in various different wordings and like just ways of saying it. And then like the speculation amongst them. That's another thing too. Like the conversation between the people and stuff. It's very believable and organic, and it makes sense. Like this is like, you know, they don't just roll with it. Like I mean, they do roll with it, but like they have that talk, that like really important talk where it's like a bunch of exposition. They're all speculating amongst themselves. People are explaining things to them. That lady's giving a history lesson. This mysterious voice is telling you stuff. Louise is out there, like, you know, revealing things too. Like, it's just so much story jam packed just now. Like, it's actually crazy. From basically like a majority of the game, the story's like sprinkled. You have like little pieces of intrigue. You have all this like lore and stuff, and then they have you follow these like plot threads, and they do resolve. But even those, as they get resolved, there's like usually intrigue there too, like the dragon shrine stuff. Like you go do that. That's like the middle of the game, Virgo Islands, or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, like there's clearly more to this game's world than any of these people are even aware of. And like it's something that's important, like it's crucial, like a crucial truth, whether it's magic and anxiety, like the correlation there, the old history, Elda, humans, and all the other tribes essentially just all being essentially humans, Magla speeding up evolution. The prince thing was also just crazy, bro. Ridiculous. Just not in a bad way. It's just, like, it was really well executed in my opinion. They gave it time, bro. This game reminds me, this might seem weird, but it reminds me of Metal Gear Solid in terms of how much time the game's willing to devote to making sure you understand what the fuck's going on in the story. Like Metal Gear Solid, you can argue it's like more confusing. It is, and maybe some things in that game is like hard to explain, or it's like done poorly or whatever. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into that, right? But I'm just saying, like Metal Gear Solid has like these long, extensive, like it's the dude's like in a codec call, then it's like a cutscene, like 20 minutes of talking, then it's a military document, like a war documentary footage, found footage type of, like, you know what I mean? It's like, and then he's like doing that for 10 minutes, and then it goes back to another cutscene. Metal Gear Solid is very, very dense of lore and information and just exposition and cutscene, whatever. This game, alongside Persona, is in that same ballpark. Like Xenogears, this game, Persona 5, they're all actually, these games are longer than Xenogears, I swear. Like I looked at how long to beat. Xenogears like maxes out at like 60, 80 hours or some shit. Like for the main story. It's like, yeah, this will be like in the same ballpark. For me, I'm already past it. But I am like 100% like doing stuff, right? And it's just like, wow. Like I was waiting for something. Like it was doing good. Like I said, the gameplay was A tier, S tier, somewhere there, right? And then basically the story, I just needed. Okay, I'll come downstairs soon. Yeah, basically the story, it's like from Grand Trad, Martyra, Port Browhaven, and then basically Virga Island is when you go to that dungeon where it's like basically the Shinjuku or whatever, and it's like it's like straight out of like Shin Megami Tensei 4 or whatever. Like I can't remember exactly how that one played out, like how they did that and like this, but it's similar. I'm sure people agree and understand what I'm trying to say and where I'm coming from if they play both. But this is like, yeah, once you get to Virgo Islands, that part is just like, wow, okay, there is like a deeper secret to this game's world and its lore, whether it's like the tribes, the stuff you're learning about the Mistari. You know, they have like this ancient history, and then you see the Elden's ancient history just now. And then he just it tied it all together, like the true reality of their world and their existence, the lost history, the corruption with the church, all of the ploys and schemes by Louise, by Forden. Forden's like one of the worst characters here, you know, like evil. I mean, not like he's a bad character, but like a evil, scheming, corrupt character. Same thing with Louise, and then we're finding out Louise is Eldon. Man takes off his horn, just throws it down. So it's like now it's like Eldon Prince versus Eldon. You know what I mean? Like they out of nowhere, they like built that up even better. The main character being much more plot significant than him just being like an aide to the prince, and then Louise being more plot significant, even more so. Dude already got his death fake out and whatever, like, but even more plot significant because he knows a lot about all of this stuff. He's Eldon himself. Like he has a bone to pick. He has the history. He has the backstory. True villain shit. Like really well done. And honestly, I can't wait to finish this game. We're gonna probably I don't know how long the rest of the stuff's gonna be. But who knows? Like, so these cutscenes are so long, bro. We're hour and 40 something plus minutes on this recording, just because of how much stuff there was. And I'm not complaining, but I'm getting tired and shit. I'm gonna wrap things up. But that was like awesome, bro. Like crazy. And it's not even like gameplay stuff. It's not like the dungeon's awesome. I wasn't in a dungeon. You know, it's literally just story revelations, just pure story revelations. It's like, all right, cool. This was everything, all the theory crafting, all of the book dictionary reading, like the stupid memorandum, all of that stuff. It like all worked and converged together to finally, like, it gave me all of the puzzle piece, like a bunch of the puzzle pieces, and then all those blanks. There's enough blanks where I couldn't really fit it all together and like see the true picture. But now they just gave me crucial components, and now I see the rest of the picture, and I know how it's gonna like finish out. And now it's just like a couple of pieces missing. It's like the dungeon, final dungeon, any of like more of Louise's backstory. Like this game should, I think it still has more to offer in terms of like revelations, like the plots and stuff. But yeah, we'll see what all that's about, and at the end of it all, I'll see how I feel. I think I'll also say that the story is now A tier or S tier, maybe B plus, like B plus or B plus, not B minus. I ain't going to the C section. All right, so that's pretty much it. Fucking sick. All right.
Everyone, I'm glad you made it back in one piece. Since you left, Luisa's following has only grown.
Have you changed? You're still the same person, aren't you?
'Tis quite a story, but it deserves
Ultra
explaining.
instinct.
I only hope you can believe us.
I'm even gonna start doing like aim training.
Alright, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. I had thought all this business with declaring yourself the prince was a well-meaning bluff. But under the deception, you were, in fact, the actual prince. Is that right? Still, I mean, how do you get the whole country to believe your story? Is that even possible?
Frankly, I doubt it. We've just seen firsthand how far we'll get trying to talk the people down.
Then what will you do? If this goes on...
But you're still you, yes? You came to help everyone, just like you helped me before, right?
That's right.
Yes, that's right. It'll all turn out fine.
Good.
I see. So, even if no one believes you, you're still determined to settle the score with Luis head-on?
Even so, the gulf between us is wider than ever. The people have all but named him their champion. With so little time, a guileless appeal to the public may fall on deaf ears.
Hard luck for the honest knight. Not much room left for civil debate now that Luis is openly advocating killing his opposition. Well, that ship sailed when the king's magic faded. Anyway, if there is a key to turning the tide, first place I'd look is the castle in the sky. You saw how violent and volatile the city folk are now, but I don't think it's as simple as fearing Luis. I've been keeping an eye on the royal capital while you were off on your jaunt through the woods. Frankly, the change in public sentiment was too sudden, unnatural. It's as if they've been collectively drained of their sanity, and if I had to guess what's causing it...
You're implying it's Luis's doing? All the eeriness in the sky. Is that because...
Don't know. But the change in the citizens is certainly odd. If something really is forcing it, that means we might still have a chance to fix it.
What Luis is doing in the royal palace, whether or not he truly desires a world overrun by humans, we won't know his mind until we confront him.
On the other hand, it may well be bait for a trap.
You have no other choice.
Trap or not, we have no other choice.
Then it's settled. Head to the royal palace and put a stop to whatever Luis is cooking up. With that Skyrunner, you're the only ones who can. And we'll fight in the ways we can too. We'll make sure the whole kingdom hears that the real prince is back after all the strife he's been through.
Indeed. If you can make things better, you might just inspire everyone to remember their own hopes and dreams. Maria's been terribly patient, waiting for you and believing in you. It'd be nice to see her smile again.
Right.
If Luis is behind all these disturbances, and stopping him will only help us in the approval ratings. If we can restore civility and rational thought, it'll pave the way to defeating Luis. We must press on with faith in that.
I'll always believe in you. We'll all do our best, so you can be a good king.
Indeed. If we win, I suppose you really will be king.
We're counting on you, O king.
'Tis too late today for a grand charge, I fear. Let us take a night's rest, and on the morrow, we make for the castle.
What to pick?
Right. Who would have believed you were His Highness, the actual prince? I apologize for the less than royal accommodations, but try to have a good rest regardless. Why is there fairies randomly everywhere?
Oh, it's Mister.
No matter what happens, you're still you to me, mister. I'm going to keep cheering you on forever. No matter what I say, the people of Grand Trad are going to look down on you. It's times like these where your actions will speak louder than words. When they see you stand up to Luis, it'll be plain who's in the right. There's something foul in the air in Grand Trad. Everyone seems so anxious. Those who oppose us do so with fervor, but there are also those who believe in us. We must press on.
Oh, hell.
Everyone is filled with so much anxiety. Now they don't know what to do. Public sentiment is very volatile at times like this. There's still a way to win. It's so different from when you were last in Grand Trad. Everyone's staring at you with such disdain in their eyes. I'm used to it. You must remember that you've still got people on your side, Will. Let's just do what we can.
Your Highness.
And so His Highness returns to the royal capital in triumph and glory. In truth, I'd have liked to welcome him back with a grand feast. Ah well. The day shall come when the people too celebrate you in grand fashion. My spear is ever ready to ensure that day comes.
Honestly,
First you were Louise's subordinate, then a false prince, and now you have awakened as his true highness. None have walked so strange a path as you, and after all of this, you still mean to be king.
Come on.
Some turnaround, eh? Last time we were here, people were falling over themselves to welcome you. Now the only thing I see in their eyes is fear. Damn it, people. Even if Will turned into a monster, Louise is the one making him. That's a fair bit scarier if you ask me.
Good night.
To the end game.
The day of the hero draws near, which shall see the crowning of a
new Lordy with
31
me.
days
Okay.
remain.
Cool. Cool metaphor.
To all the people who dwell in this land,
This voice?
soon naught but 1 month will remain. On the dawn of the day of the hero, the one who has inspired the greatest faith of the people shall inherit the kingdom. I bid thee forget not these words.
Wasn't expecting to wake up to such a spectacle, but I suppose that confirms it. This is where it ends.
Luis has already fortified himself behind the palace walls. Good thing we've got a Skyrunner. Or it'd already be over for us.
Or perhaps it is us he has been waiting for all this time.
However disturbing the world looks now, 'tis only a prelude to the deadland Luis strives for.
Sky looks proper hellish already. And with all the humans out there, it's no wonder everyone's losing their grip.
Well, he wanted a fair world where strength decides everything. Funny how that's indistinguishable from absolute chaos.
But it's Luis who has the most support right now. And that wasn't born of deception. He broke the nation's order, and everyone knows it.
True enough. That's what got Ardell and I dreaming to begin with. Figured a world where the poor and weak get trampled on was a world worth breaking. Come to think of it, what do we all stand for, really?
Maybe hope.
Maybe
hope.
A little broad, don't you think?
Shut up.
I don't really know what everyone's talking about. But everyone who's seen you and your friends say you're amazing. You make them really, really happy. Because, you know, you've got all the tribes in your team. Everyone's different. But you keep working together and doing great. You're so cool.
A fair point. You're quite right, Maria. It is a hard thing to word, so forgive my fumbling. But perhaps it is a matter of standing for something Luis does not believe exists. We must prove that it does.
If you keep on believing in what you want, and you keep on working hard for it, it will come true.
That's right, love. I can think of plenty of people who would be much happier if they took a page from your book.
I see now. This is surely the essence of true magic.
Best of luck, Your Highness. After all those speeches about taking the throne, it'll be awfully irresponsible to go dying on us now.
If Louis claims victory, everyone will be sacrificed in his wake. You have to prevent that from happening. Whatever Louis is doing in the royal palace has to be stopped as soon as possible, and it's up to us to do it.
Right, thank you. Well, we'd best keep an eye on the calendar. The king's deadline was the dawn of the day of the hero, so we've got until the day before. And that won't be the end of things either. Even if people come to their senses, it would amount to nothing if Luis sits upon the throne. Personally, I think we should prioritize our main objective here. I'm sure we'd get it done, but we have to make sure we have at least 1 day to spare before the day of the hero.
We've got a few days left, so it's up to you how we spend them. When we set off, let's do it with no regrets.
No regrets.
So Luis is hiding in the floating royal palace here. We have to stop him.
I won't accept King Luis. Here's where we are now.
Let's put an end to
Skybound Avatar Conquest. Head to the Royal Palace in the sky to save the world from being driven into madness by Luis. This man with his ruinous aspirations for the future must not succeed the throne. Deadline October 25th. Days left 30. So that seems like the final. Yeah, we probably have like the final batch of stuff opening up. Royal Palace.
So?
You need to be absolutely sure that you're ready for anything before we head in. That place has definitely changed from the last time you were there.
Smash it all to bits!